Vagina.
Thank you, Ash.
I love
You
you.
should
Do your
expect this at the
intro.
point, Bo.
A lot of vagina.
Excuse me. I need to make you guys a little bigger. Hold on. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm covering.
I can make so many jokes.
Guess you could.
Canon size for me is bigger than Bo's avatar.
Shut up. No, it's not. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Yeah. So normally I don't stream on Tuesdays. I felt like it anyway. Just because why not? And opportune time because yeah, y'all like leaks. You know I made this image for the occasion.
And a leek soup.
Yeah, the Horus. It's the Horus Rising. If you guys can't see the image, it's the Horus Rising cover art, but the guy's holding a leek instead of a sword.
It's the horse.
Oh boy, what is that? The Hatsune Miku Marine?
I was gonna say, I was about to say that motherfucker got some pretty long hair. I could probably just color it blue. You know,
the Hatsune Miku Marines are called the World Takers.
You know what? That's actually kind of good.
Every world that they retake, they say this world is mine.
Oh, okay. See, because my brain was actually thinking, wait, is that the name of a canon chapter? It probably is.
It's me like changing world eaters into the world takers.
Yeah. Also, hello, Keen, Nova, Gachi, Chanka. How y'all doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah. So okay. So timeline of events. They showed the Horus Heresy site. Everyone's like, oh, it's 3rd edition. Oh wait, no, these are sprues we've seen already. It's not real. And then all of a sudden, so here's the story.
That motherfucker's not real.
Yeah, that motherfucker is not real. You know, but there was like debate over whether it was real or not. And then, yeah, no, the Horus Heresy stuff leaked yesterday. The actual like screenshots of the new box set. And I learned the story behind it. Apparently, the guy just straight up stole it. Like he stole it.
What?
This is what I heard. Apparently, the guy who found the box set stole it and was trying to hawk it online for $500. That's apparently what happened. That's where the screen caps for the box came from. The guy stole it from the warehouse or something like that. Are the female custodians is the female custodian's launch box in the room with us? Yeah, right. It was yeah with the female praetor, that was apparently supposed to be the launch box for Horus Heresy, according to that one guy. And that never panned out. We're gonna talk about that a little later. Horus Heresy 3.0 is real. Yeah, no, it is. It absolutely is. So yeah, okay, we're gonna get off this. We're just gonna get to the first image. There it is. There's the box. Do you want me to put the hey guys? Do you want me to put the images in Discord for you to look at?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I will put them in. I'll put them in the text for voice channel as I switch to them. There's the first one. Yeah, there it is. That's the box, and that's the listing for, I forget what site it was on where he was trying to list it, but that's the listing for it that was up.
So you're saying the Horus Heresy, they're just bagging on the fact that yes, it's real.
Yeah, exactly. Because I saw you DM that saying like it was no, but what they're doing is they are joking about the fact that it leaked, but this is legit. This is like a legit new box set for Horus Heresy, or a new edition.
Kind of looks like he's got multiple boxes in there of it. Because you can see the second one on the bottom from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like he. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like when you're looking at it, you can tell it's not fake. You're gonna see like a better picture in a bit. It's gonna have to show the actual minis, but he's got multiple boxes. Like, so apparently he took multiple boxes of this thing. But yeah, I think it was Facebook Marketplace. Oh God, what a place to try and sell it.
No kidding.
Like, so that's almost insulting, really, when you think about
Yeah,
it.
his ass is through.
Yeah, it's like it's like I don't know if he like this guy was like working at Nottingham or at one of the warehouses that GW has, but yeah, basically, yeah, he apparently that's what I heard. He stole the box.
I mean, depending on certain factors, he might be perfectly fine. The British authorities may just like brush it off and say it's a part of his intrinsic culture.
I didn't even think
I was
of
going
that.
to say, it's going to depend on a few things about the guy.
Yeah.
By the look of that car, there's a very good chance.
Well, actually, it actually makes me think, just like, are those all boxes that he, like, pulled out of the fucking place? But yeah, okay, we'll switch over to the next image. This is the one with the actual minis on it. I'm putting that up for you guys. Yeah, that's the one with the actual minis. So yeah, this is very clearly not faked. Like those images would be very hard to fake.
I mean, the guy's not very bright. He can't even wear two shoes that look the same.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I noticed.
Are there even the same brand? No, they're not.
No, see,
he's ran too many people for just one of their phones.
God damn it, Ash. Man, it's it's funny. The topic is supposed to be the Horus Heresy. At least we're judging this dude for his car, for his shoes. Like,
dude, I'm a bit of a car snob, so I'm gonna do that. I am a bit of a car snob, so.
I mean, look, I'll blame you, but yeah, that's like that is the back view of the box, and I've got a better picture of it that I'll put up in a sec. But yeah, it's got
the back door view.
But yeah, it's got the new dread. It's the Saturnine Dreadnought is apparently what it's called. It's got a Saturnine Terminators and a Saturnine Praetor. And
so what if you put dreads on your dread?
Okay, real talk though. I'm wondering what the Saturnine Dread is gonna do that the Leviathan doesn't do already. That's the Horus. That's the big boy Horus Heresy Dreadnought is the Leviathan. You wonder. By the way, this box retcons armor marks. The Mark II are now the old Mark III. The fuck is a Saturnine Dreadnought? From what I understand, Saturnine Dreadnoughts are a new design. Like, that wasn't mentioned before. Saturnine Terminators were mentioned before. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna switch over to. Oh, by the way, more confirmation that this is real. A bunch of people got this for an email. It's going up now in the image channel. A bunch of people got that for an email after this leaked. Apparently, Games Workshop canceled the whole preview show at the Warhammer Open in Dallas.
Dang.
Yeah, apparently this was supposed to be the big reveal at the Dallas Open, and and that's canceled now. Like, I just think that's kind of funny. Plastic Secutari 1. I mean, they're going back and they're going back and doing a lot of stuff now in in plastic. We'll go into that a little bit because the topic of plastics we're actually going to talk about, but
it's fantastic.
Yeah, listen, I'm an Astartes girl.
You say girl? Yeah, I was gonna say if you say girl. In an
Astartes world, I don't know. It's like the lyrics just don't work as well.
Wait, they're saying that they're shifting the preview night to an epic game night and hopefully starting a new tradition for years to come. Does this mean that they're not going to be doing preview? Who opens like this anymore?
I don't know, but this is to call this a huge leak is an understatement. Like, bro,
is this the same show the one guy's refusing to attend because it's in the United States?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that guy.
Oh, that little.
Another one of those, Canadians who's all like, I can't go to the United States because I fear for my safety. No offense, son, because this is your country.
Is he Canadian? I thought he was like Dutch or some shit. Or Norwegian.
I thought he was Canadian, but I've seen it coming from a lot of Canadians. Like, there was a Canadian VTuber who refused to go to TwitchCon or something like that, because I fear for my safety. If I go to the United States, the government will come after me. It's like, you know, the American government. And it's like, my brother in Christ, you're Canadian.
What?
You're Canadian. You're not that important, believe me. But yeah. So yeah, that's just, you know, again, more proof about the whole thing, because yeah, the preview show at the Dallas Open is now closed. They're not doing it because this was the big reveal. You still cackle at people.
That's why I think they're gonna put the boot to that guy's neck.
Yeah, because he
fucked up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he just ruined the whole damn show for them.
He just ruined like months of planning too.
Yeah, you still cackle at people ass mad about Horus Heresy being abandoned, bro. They made Imperialis Solar Auxilia Mechanicus need more people for plastic. Yeah, no, that's like the people said they were going to abandon Horus Heresy. The fuck they're going to abandon Horus Heresy? It's like the #2 best-selling game right now. It's like a back and forth between Horus Heresy and Old World for #2. Like, why would they abandon it? They're more likely to abandon Age of Sigmar than Horus Heresy. Because God knows that doesn't sell as much. Like before we go further into the Horus Heresy thing, have you guys maybe you guys noticed this, but that how anemic releases have been for Age of Sigmar this edition? Oh, I mean, listen, I wouldn't. Believe me, you haven't been keeping track of Age of Sigmar releases. I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say okay.
Well, I tend to watch the Warhammer community site and all the reveal shows and stuff. But like basically, they had those new what are they? They're the not Custodes, the Ground Marines. Oh fuck. It shows how much I care about Age of Sigmar. I can't even remember what literally the main faction is.
Yeah, talking about this lightning.
Those guys, yeah, like I said, the Ground Marines.
Yeah, the oh god,
Stormcast Eternals.
Yes, I tried to watch that on Warhammer TV. I got through the first season and almost threw it. Was so tedious.
Oh, you mean Black
Girl
Talon?
Boss. Yeah,
Black Talon?
Girl Boss Black Talon. Yeah.
With the side shave haircut, as you do.
And I'm like, oh my god, are you really going down that road? Yes, you are.
Yeah. Thank you, Vengeful 92. You said it just as I remembered it. The Stormcast Eternals. But yeah, it's like other than the new Stormcast, the new Skaven, and I think some goblins. Yeah, no, the Age of Sigmar releases in the current edition, which I think is like 4th maybe. Very anemic, incredibly anemic releases. Like you know how in 10th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, every faction at least got like one new model. You know, in Age of Sigmar, some aren't even getting that. Like, the Age of Sigmar releases are just so unbelievably anemic, and the last batch of reveals, the Age of Sigmar reveals were so there was like nothing. There was nothing to reveal. Just hey, new edition army books. Be happy. But just kill Age of Sigmar. They really should. They really should. Like, nobody fucking buys it. Nobody plays it. I still have my theory that people only buy Age of Sigmar stuff to put some of the models on square bases and use in the old world. Like, that's my theory. But right. So, okay. Now here's the image that's really worth discussing. This is somebody folded out the back of the box. There, I put it in the image channel. Somebody folded out the back of the box for the content, so we can actually get a good look at it.
How does the one guy scratch his nose?
Who, the Saturnine Terminator or Saturnine Terminators?
No, the guy that's the Saturnine Terminator. The joke they were making. How does he scratch his nose?
Yeah. Simple. He has a nose scratching machine inside the helmet.
Yeah, no, listen, it's like the
you can't fool me.
It's like the attachment in Master Chief's armor that jerks him off. That's actual Halo canon, by the way.
I mean, I know what they did supposedly for NASA, but I'm sure they probably did put a machine in there.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck did they do for NASA?
Supposedly they just put a little strip of Velcro in there, the plastic hooks that they could just put their face down and scratch their nose.
Oh. Okay, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea, considering. No, they gotta be like, okay, remember, what is it, Mateo's uncle in The Expanse when he had that loose wire in his helmet? So he just lets the air out of his lungs, opens his fucking mask in the vacuum of space to yoink yoink the wire out, and then closes the helmet again.
I mean, if it works.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah,
if something is annoying you like that, that is fair.
Actual fucking balls in this dude. All right, let's review the models as we can see them one by one. I'm gonna zoom in on this. So okay, I'm gonna bring up the stuff in the background first. So because there's one model not on the deliberately on the box, it's the gun turret. Like, you see that back there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up. It is a because you can kind of see what all the models are called on the right side. It is a it's something or other quad accelerator platform. So it's like the accelerator auto cannons, which were like, they're like rail guns or something like that they had during the Heresy. Yeah, it's like a fixed gun platform. It's like a quad railgun platform, basically.
That looks like it says Arachnian.
Arachnian
quad.
Thank you. Thank you. Your brain is less dyslexic than mine, so thank you, honey. Yeah, Arachian or something like that. Quad accelerator platform. That's the only one we can't see on the back of the box. I remember all this stuff was in the rumors that were going around of the box set, but yeah, that's the one that's not immediately visible, and the rest basically is. Oh, all right. The Iron Warrior's Praetor is just he's kind of cut off by the corner of the image, but he's sort of there. And then the four readily visible models are the Saturnine Dreadnought, the Saturnine Praetor, the Saturnine Terminator, Mark II Tactical Marine, and a Mark II Veteran Legionary who has one of the new heavy weapons available in the kit, which is called a disintegrator weapon. I'm thinking okay, so moving over to the left, the Saturnine Dreadnought. I think those are disintegrator guns on its left arm.
Right hand?
Well, no, right. Well, our right hand. It's our left, but yeah, I think those are disintegrators, and then the other thing is obviously a plasma cannon. Like, that's the most obvious plasma cannon ever. But yeah, it's like, and the Saturnine Terminator, which I'm gonna point out, those are some chunky boys. Those things are big, like almost.
I mean, compared to the Tactical Marine right next to him.
Yeah, it's like twice the size. It kind of makes me wonder, like, because people are gonna want to use these for 40K too, like stand-ins for other stuff. It makes me wonder how they're gonna, what are they gonna stand in the Saturnine Terminators for? Because they are really big. But yeah, it's like the three Saturnine Terminator models though. I think, yeah, okay. I don't know if you guys saw. Did you see what Luton was talking about? Luton 09, the Lord YouTuber.
No.
He's all pissed now because he said because okay, so these Terminators are based on a piece of art from the Horus Heresy comics, like the side comics, and everyone was like, Luton made a video a couple of years back that basically said, this is not a Saturnine Terminator. That's not what they look like. We don't know what they look like. That's not a Saturnine Terminator. And then those are Saturnine Terminators. He was completely fucking wrong.
Was it something to do? What's that one video where they're on the ship and the spirits are like appearing and disappearing? We just watched it.
Death of Hope.
And everybody called that a Saturnine.
Yeah.
And it's pretty close.
Oh yeah, that's exact. I mean, it's
not one for one, but
yeah, it's not one for one, but it's basically that's what it is. Even if Mark Lewis Spark, the creator of Death of Hope, didn't get it exactly. Obviously, he couldn't. He released that years before they released an official mini. But all the same, it's the same suit. It's the same design.
Yeah.
I know but not R. It's not Reddit. It's Horus Heresy General on 4chan. It doesn't like any of this. They all hate it, apparently. Apparently they don't like the fact that the Aquila is on the Saturnine Terminator armor. Because that was supposed to be like a rare honor for like only the Emperor's children. That's one opinion I've heard so far. Apparently the rumor is that they're gonna completely redo the rules as well. It's gonna be like 10th edition 40k. Like that's what I've heard. And yeah, so and there's also the Iron Warrior with the disintegrator guns. I remember where those things first came up. Remember the Mark II Space Marine?
Yeah,
from Rogue Trader. Who had a disintegrator rifle. Yeah, they're making that for Horus Heresy now, apparently.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what that weapon the Iron Warrior veteran legionary has.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's like I said, I'm guessing it's the right-hand weapon.
Dual disintegrator for his right-hand weapon.
Yeah, like a heavy one. But it's like, I have no idea how that's going to work, though, because, you know, I mean, we've got Volkite. That's not a disintegrator. That's a heat ray. There's Adrathic weapons, but there's no way the Emperor would let anyone but the Custodes have those. Because that's the whole lore for Adrathic weapons. Like, they hit you, and you leave behind a momentary negative image before flashing out of existence. But
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's like I like to call them stop existing lasers because I don't know how else they work. You know.
I mean, maybe the disintegrator works similar to how Gauss weaponry does, just a slight bit different. It hits you with a beam, and then your atoms stop coalescing together.
Oh, so your atoms are just
you start falling apart.
Maybe I'm not sure.
Because you think disintegration, and that's kind of what you think, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe it's like human Gauss weaponry. We may as well. We might possibly have Catan in the system.
I mean, we know the fact that the Dragon of Mars is a Catan of some type. But yeah, it's like so that's that.
Folded 10,000 times.
No, Catan. C''Tan. Not a katana. No.
And it's owned by Connor McLeod of Clan McLeod?
Could you imagine turning Catan shard into a katana?
No, I mean, that would be hilarious.
Okay, you joke. The Catan phase blade is a weapon given to Calidus assassins.
Oh, right.
So what you're saying is they've got a katana?
Shut the fuck up.
Katana banana?
Listen. The Calidus Catan phase blades are folded 3 trillion times in the mystical realm of the Officio Sassonorium headquarters. They're not made in molds like those Astartes power swords.
Books.
For those who aren't aware, we're memeing about a really shitty anime called the Sacred Blacksmith, where they say European swords were made in molds.
Admittedly, it's a fantasy setting, but like it's still a fantasy setting where a samurai who's also a blacksmith comes to fantasy Europe and proceeds to cut right through somebody's sword that is about the size of fucking Guts' sword. He just cuts right through it with his katana. And they're all like, oh, well, where he's from, they fold the swords 10,000 times, unlike here, where we make them in molds.
Yeah, and it was basically, and here's, I can hear Psyche being ready to freak out at hearing that. But yeah, but man, I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, I know we're going off topic. I don't care. We'll go off topic for a sec. Because that was the thing in that series, is that it was supposed to be Japan and Europe, just like, you know, by any other name. You know, it's like, oh hey, we took the world map and flipped it upside down, totally original world map, that kind of thing. You know?
Oh, so the Sarah J. Maas technique.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, the George R.R. Martin technique.
God.
I mean,
unironically, the Games Workshop technique, if you've ever seen the map of the old world. They would shatter against a long sword. I mean, yeah, it's like people forget the reason he folded a katana 10,000 times is because their iron fucking sucked. That's why.
It was pig iron. That's fucking why.
It was to get as many impurities out as possible before you actually beat it into a blade.
Also, it was exceedingly not in high supply. There's a reason why a lot of traditional Japanese architecture involves no metalwork and interlocking wood pieces.
still impressive of what they managed with that.
Yeah.
But it's a result of the fact that, they had little iron, and they had what iron they had was typically of poor quality.
Yeah. But anyway, knocking the discussion back on topic. By the way, the 40K and the Lego community could be one of the bitchiest communities about overpriced plastic. Yeah, I'll agree to that. But zooming in
now, just imagine a fusion dance. 40K
I was just
Lego
gonna say I
figures.
want to see 40K Legos.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to be able to create an Emperor class battleship. Yeah.
Oh no,
You get what I mean.
Yeah, an Emperor class battleship. How about a 1-1 Emperor scale Emperor class battleship made of Lego?
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. It's the size of Manhattan Island.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but
someone who
cleaner.
will try it.
Yeah, no, listen. The underdecks of an Emperor class battleship are probably a safer place to be than New York City. Let's be real.
True.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this: we make this joke, like 5 months from now, we're gonna hear news that in the desert a giant megastructure has been found. It's some dude having done that out of Lego.
See, listen. I thought we were going for the homeworld timeline where we find the ship humanity traveled to Earth in the desert, and then and all that stuff. No. It's just it's not. No, nothing like that. It's just an Emperor class battleship made of Lego. But anyway, this part of the box isn't much. It's just the summary of the Horus Heresy we've all seen. Over here is this is the contents. The Saturnine Praetor, one Centurion in Mark II armor, one Saturnine Dreadnought, one Arakian quad accelerator platform, 6 Saturnine Terminators, 40 Legionnaires in Mark II power armor, and 2 sets of disintegrator weapons. And then they also show it's good. So even if even if the rumors are true and they do closer to 10th edition rules, they're still doing templates for blast and flamers and such, as opposed to Horus Heresy, 40K, which doesn't do templates anymore. As somebody who played back in the day of templates, I'm kind of glad 40K got rid of templates. I'm not gonna lie. I remember when it was just what was it, maximum unit coherency hammer to try to spread out your unit as much as possible so they wouldn't get hit with all the template. I wasn't a fan of that back in the day. But yeah, okay, what's this? Okay, enhance further. That's as much as I can enhance it. Horus Heresy Age of they're still calling it Horus Heresy Age of Darkness. It looks like it says 3rd edition on it too. So yeah, there's that. There's like data cards. I can't really make out the rest, unfortunately. But yeah, that looks like what's the box is going to contain. So it is indeed 3rd edition. They're not just reissuing the rules with new minis. It is a new edition. But okay, do you want me to go into the thing immediately I think needs to be discussed? Like,
Sure.
I mean, based on the topics we've talked about before. What do you think of the chances that they're gonna try and push the Custodes retcon in the new rulebook?
Ooh. Like try to backdate it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Full disclosure, I've said straight up. Like last time I did a video on the female custodes thing. Last time I did a video on it, I said straight up, there is a chance he could still try it again. And at the time I was saying it was going to be the book, the Silent King. You know, the last Dawn of Fire book that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken a long time to get that book out relative to, you know, how long it takes to normally release a book, which is why I think like they've sent it back to the editing room for one reason or another. That's why I think it's taken this long. But yeah, now like as a full disclosure, if they put female custodes as a canon thing, or air quotes canon thing, in this in the new Horus Heresy rule books, it still wouldn't be canon, because okay, now where were they in those 22 years of custodes novels you released, or novels featuring custodes? Where were they? You know, where were they in the
being bad bitches in charge? Freaking bigot.
But seriously though, where were they in Burning of Prospero? Where were they in Master of Mankind? Where were they in the Watchers of the Throne books?
Shopping.
Asking them. No, that they were asking the male custodes to open the pickle jar. What? I'm sorry. They were asking the male guardsmen to open the pickle jar. They'd probably be stronger. Yeah. That's when it comes to like lore, that's my big concern. Like games, like someone at Games Workshop is gonna try again. And, you know, they're going to try to say, oh, it's in the Horus Heresy this time. That justifies it. And it's like, no, it doesn't. You need to explain, like I said, the 20 plus years of novels featuring custodes where they never showed up. Well, that's my concern. And I still think of the, cause I have it on the screen now. Like, let me put it in the chat for you. But this is all the resin custodes infantry that still exists for Horus Heresy. Like, I don't think if they'd redo the Adeptus Custodes like models, I don't think they'd redo the plastics. I think they'd redo these, because that's generally what they've been doing with Horus Heresy. They can make it canon, but it would be bad. Well, no, they literally can't make it canon, Iggy. That's the problem. They can't make it canon because they would have to you know, they would have to like completely reprint 22 years worth of novels with custodes to make it a thing. Until they actively reprint those novels, every single one, and redo the audiobooks and everything, there's going to be a massive 22-year lore gap where they never existed, and they can never reconcile that, short of completely retconning all of it and reissuing the books. Like, and I think they know that, kinda, you know, for how poorly the female custodes thing went over when they introduced it. But yeah, I think when it comes to factions getting a plastic redo, I do think custodes are next. I said this in a previous video too. I think they're next, but I think they're only going to do these specific models. The jetpack guys, the bikes, and the resin terminators and the upgrade kits, because those are really the only parts that these are the resin infantry. The custodes plastic infantry came out in 2017, and they're perfectly fine. Like there's no reason there's no reason to redo those. But the resin stuff needs a redo. But I want them to redo Sisters of Silence, because, like, seriously,
they need some love.
They do, and I'm certain we can all agree here. Sisters of Silence are infinitely cooler than the very idea of female custodes, even if they could write them into canon. You know?
Well, again, they're already there. Why not just use them?
Right?
Holy shit.
The problem with a lot of let's put a chick in it, make her lame and gay, is that like oftentimes it's literally just like let's take this thing that is typically male and then put a woman into it and call it a day, because if it works for a dude, it'll work for us. Meanwhile, it's like, okay, but like if it like first and foremost, the role was never really sculpted to that. or sorry, I'm getting off track. I'm thinking of other things. Basically, like, in the case of, like, custodes, they're all like, we'll just make them female and it'll be okay. But then you've got these other, like, factions, some of which are exclusively female and have been sculpted around that and have interesting lore around that and have interesting character within that context. Like, just throwing a chick into it and being like, oh, it'll be just as good as Sisters of Silence. No, this basic you literally had to bend the lore to justify this. They're not cool.
I mean, they didn't even bend it; they broke it because it's like I said, they can say there's always been female custodes in a tweet all they want. It doesn't matter because okay, where the fuck were they?
I had one other thought on that too. Well, custodes are pretty much the toughest thing going as far as Space Marines. There's no way they're going to make anything weaker a woman.
Yeah, it's
a girl boss thing. It's the 5'2", 95-pound woman beating the shit out of the 250-pound muscle pound guy in a movie.
Oh, you mean like
they have to win?
Yeah, it's like you see, I don't know if you probably saw it. It was that one footage of this girl like trying to wrestle a dude, gets him on the floor in an arm lock, and he just stands up with her. Yeah, he just stands up with her on his arm, like what? Like he's just like whatever, She's like fighting for her fucking life, trying to do this arm lock on this dude, and he's just walking around with this woman on his arm like it ain't no thing.
Because at the end of the day, a Sister of Silence is still quote unquote human.
Yeah.
And can die as almost as any human could as a Sister of Battle, which they die in droves. But they're not going... number one, they're never going to put a a female custodes in a position where they could lose, especially to a male character.
It's kind of what actually makes me think that the Tithes episode 2 caused all of this, and inadvertently.
And now they're trying to figure out where do we go with this. Yeah,
because the way production times work, the Tithes would have been in production before the Adeptus Custodes 10th edition Codex, because it's a CGI film, right? It's a CGI series. That takes time to animate, which means that would have been in production first. Which means if there was a active plan to make female custodes a thing in the canon, they had time to make models, to make at least one model, and they made a new model in 10th edition. They made figures for Joy Toy of the custodes. They released it's like they released stuff with the custodes all along within the window. They would have been able to produce it with a plan to make female custodes, and they didn't. So why all of a sudden the shift? Why all of a sudden put them in? And what I think happened, now we know this for a fact, Games Workshop does not make their own CGI. They do not do that. They don't animate. Yeah, they don't animate any of their stuff in-house. They write it in-house, but they don't animate it. And what I legitimately think happened with the Tithes episode 2 is, and this is exacerbated by the shit show that was episode 3, but episode 2, I firmly believe they sent it to the people who animated it, and they fucked up. And when they heard what they had to make, and thought the Custodes character was supposed to be a woman.
What if, and this is just me, because I'm sure they watch other stuff being done by Warhammer, but since we brought up Black Talon, what if they looked at that and said, oh yeah, it's supposed to look like that?
That, you know what? I think that could be a possibility. It would really depend on who's doing the animation for it. They don't give a credit. Because they remember the Warhammer shows have no credits. It's just Warhammer Storyforge, and that's
right. But I'm just wondering if they're like, okay, let's get some idea. Maybe they didn't know the lore 100%, so let's watch some stuff. They wouldn't know necessarily Age of Sigmar from the old world from 40K, and they're like, oh, that see, there's a girl in gold armor. Let's just put that in.
Yeah, because the other thing that's weird is that the female Custodes stuff in the 10th edition Codex was very, very. It was like it was written by somebody who would have a chip on their shoulder in the regard of trying to make a girl boss, right? You know, trying to trying to win the blood game by teleporting a fucking virus bomb into the Golden Throne Room.
Which also says you don't know the fucking lore, but
yeah, which shows you don't know how the blood games work. But yeah, it's like, but because the thing with the Tides, it wasn't written. It's very clear it was not written for a female character. Like,
no.
Like when you watch the Tides, that is not a female custodes. That's not a female custode. That is a custode.
Yeah.
She acts like a custode would act. She does things a custode would do, would demand, and how they would think and feel towards certain things. Like the complete lack of respect for the White Templars, the Space Marines that show up. Because a lot of the custodes hate the Space Marines.
Still holding a grudge for 10,000 years.
Yeah, because they. Oh, hey, Badger, how you doing?
Hey, Badger.
Is that the was that the clown with the mohawk? Not even worth remembering his name. If you're talking about the one from the, I forgot their name again, the Stormcast Eternals cartoon. I'm guessing
Black Talon. Yeah.
Black Talon. No, it's more the stereotypical girl boss side shave than a mohawk. If we're being like legit here, but basically.
But, yeah, I thought about that. I was like, one, they're never going to put a woman like that in a position where she can get beaten. She will always win. And number two, I'm like, my God, what if they just watched that and said, yeah, we'll just do that.
Yeah,
and now we're dealing with the fallout of somebody sitting there with popcorn watching an episode trying to get some inspiration.
It's like, yeah, because it's like, I mean, and also the other thing when you think about it, the Custodes character was kind of the side character in the whole thing to the Sister of Silence. Because remember, when they first announced it, it was supposed to be about this. It's like GW basically said the Sister of Silence in episode 2 of the Tides was the main character. You know, like
it fooled me.
Like all the initial advertising, because they advertised the episode twice. Remember?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. They advertised the episode the first time, and it was all about the Sister of Silence. And then they advertised it the second time, and it was all about the Tirith, I think her name was, the sister of the sister of Custodes, the female Custodes.
No, I like that.
And it's like just the whole timeline of it all is so weird.
And I'm sorry.
And like I genuinely believe that when they animated the episode, the people they farmed it out to fucked up, made the Custodes female. GW saw the the near finished animation, we're in the too close to finish to stop phase, and we're like, oh shit, what do we do, And then they were like, okay, that one. Some of that shit you're putting in the Custodes Codex, make it female. Like that.
Make it lame and gay.
Yeah, make it. That's genuinely what I think happened at Games Workshop, because they had time to put a female head on that new Shield Captain in 10th, and they didn't. And
so I'm sorry, I wouldn't be me because it's going to drive me crazy, but. Why the fuck would you put the main engine turbine exposed at the front of a vehicle? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay, that's a door. Thank
God, I thought that was the engine. I'm like, what kind of retard?
No. That's the front door.
That's been bugging the shit out of me. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
The mushroom shredder for fielding against orcs.
That tank, just for context, that's called the Acquisitor. It is currently the only Sisters of Silence vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thank you, because ever since I saw that a while ago, it's been just like picking off my tism. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I think the timeline of events was, that the whole thing happened because whoever was animating the Tides fucked up, and made the Custodes character a woman. They get the nearly finished animation to see how it's coming along. It's too far.
They're like, oh shit!
Yeah, it's too far along to change. To send it back to send it back and reanimate it, because that would take time and money they don't have and they don't want to spend. So they're like, what do we do? And they're like, put female Custodes in the codex. We have time to rewrite it. And that was their panic measure. And they figured no one will care. No one's gonna care. It's because no one really cares about that kind of stuff, because it's Games Workshop. They don't know their fucking customers. And then the book comes out, people notice, and the Warhammer community explodes like, it's India and Pakistan in a week.
And again, you would think they would know their customers after this many years. It's like, okay, it's quite possibly some of the most autistic fans out there.
Right? And I mean, yeah, I would think maybe at the same, because there is kind of a disconnect between I wouldn't say many, but some of the writers at Games Workshop and the belief of how much the fans adhere to the lore. Because you've got your Aaron Dembski Bowdens in there who still work for Games Workshop, who will say,
stop noticing. Noticing is racist. Noticing is bad.
Yeah, exactly. Stop noticing things. But yeah, it's like, because fucking ADB is all like, it's said verbatim, Warhammer 40,000 doesn't exist. Every single novel and lore book is an alternate universe, and it's just a melting pot of information with no interconnection. He's actually said that. This man This man is one of Reddit's most beloved writers, by the way. I still don't know how that man made Hell's Reach. I still don't.
I have 552 digital files that says that's bullshit.
Right?
When authors say that sort of thing, they're just admitting to being atrociously lazy, because part of writing a story within a given setting, or even in a setting of your own creation, is that you do have to research the things that you're going to make a point of putting focus on. And if you're writing within another setting, you want to at least know the cliff notes of the lore. Okay, fine, there are certain levels of autism I could maybe feasibly give a wave to, people will be like, oh, well, this is how void shields work of the Mark Quiza Potterock kind. But, okay, not everybody's going to fucking know that, and only the true autists do. But if it's something basic like, Custodes is supposed to be male, you should know that.
Yeah, because but yeah, it's like, and then all this stuff releases for Custodes, in the aftermath of the Codex, up to and including a brand new mini and no female heads on the Joy Toy minis, nothing. It makes, I've been saying this since it happened, it makes no sense that they apparently planned this, but didn't release anything that could actually back it up in the lore, back it up to show, oh, we're actually committing to this. No minis, no new art, the Joy Toy figures are all male. It doesn't make any sense. It actually doesn't. And that's why I genuinely think it was a mistake, and Games Workshop was just like, oh, we're just going to run with it. And then the Warhammer fandom exploded. It hit them in the profit margins, because I don't know if you saw the last financial report. Sales are down. They're still in their sales are still I won't say that the company is dying, but they took a big financial hit last year. And I genuinely think that was from angry Warhammer fans. And
been dying for 30 years.
And also the very widespread reports that the Custodes boxes were gathering, the launch box was gathering dust on shelves. Nobody wanted it. You have to understand, the woke at the time had the initiative, or so they thought, and they went all in. Now they're hearing the lamentations. I mean, that's another thing I thought of, because also remember, in this same time period, they have the in the time when the backlash is happening, they have the Ultimate Guide basically in the editing room, and they have DK Publishing on the phone. They could call them at any point and say change something, and they didn't. And what did the Ultimate Guide say? Infamously now, at this point, that Custodes are men, and only men, in brotherhoods. When they specifically changed that language in the Codex. So again, it's like you had every opportunity to go along with that if this was a planned change, but everything that happened is pointing to, though, this was not a change. This was not a change, or this was not a change you had planned. So, again, begging the question, now what's going to happen with new Horus Heresy on the way? Like new Horus Heresy books? Are they, like, rule books? Are they gonna try and, double down on it? Or are they just gonna let it... Are they just gonna let it...
the real hero.
What? Oh my, shut the fuck up, see that? Don't get me started on... okay, I'm gonna get started on Erda in a minute. Yeah, no. But yeah, are they gonna are they gonna let it just... Are they gonna let the whole thing wash under the bridge and out to sea where it can be forgotten? Or are they gonna, try and double down in the new Horus Heresy rulebooks? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, well, apparently it's gonna release in about... Was it 399 hours as of today? Because they released an article that's about a countdown. So yeah, we'll know in a little over a month, basically, whether they're gonna, whether they're gonna commit to this bullshit or if they're gonna just let it continue to fade away and not talk about it. Did you hear Ironwind Metals becoming part of CGL? That makes me so sad. I did hear about that. Actually, yeah. See that? Did you hear about that?
No. What is it?
Ironwind Metals is a miniature making company that does BattleTech minis, have been acquired by Catalyst Game Labs.
Where did Catalyst get the money?
That's what I want to know. Where the fuck did they get the money?
They found an investor.
Probably. I mean, someone dumb enough to give Catalyst money, I guess. After all the, after the fact that they're literally begging for money to publish anything, to get anything made. But right, yeah. Actually, you know what? We're gonna hold on. I'm gonna start setting this up while we talk about this. Marshall Beaumont, what's my favorite Dawn of War game? I am a fan of Soulstorm. Though
3. His favorite is 3.
Oh my god, don't get me fucked. Okay, we're changing topic to Erna real quick, because I'd rather rant about her than Dawn of War 3, because fuck that game.
I got him Dawn of War 3, and every gift I've ever gotten him, he's been really sad about because it sucked.
You always picked the wrong.
Okay, Mass Effect 3 was good. I will stand by the fact that up until the 11th hour of the game, it was good.
Look,
it's just that they literally shit the bed, and they shit the bed at the 12th hour. That's the problem with it.
140 hours. It's not going to come down to a 1, 2, 3 decision, Bob.
And then it did. And it's literally because the fucking writer was the fucking writer. He literally played when he had to rewrite the ending, he literally just played Deus Ex Human Revolution and just stole the ending from that.
I don't know that
I
don't know if I ever heard my daughter get more upset than, because I think I bought her Mass Effect 3 as a gift. I left her alone. Yeah, I left her alone, and then I said, "So, how was the game, honey?" And I had to hold the phone out like a foot from my head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was yeah, no, I was not a happy camper at that ending, believe me. Oh, then they had the gall to be like, remember to buy all the DLC. It's like,
yeah, literally fucking punts you back to right before the final mission begins, and it's like, buy the DLC. It's like, wow.
I did like the apartment party one. That one actually was kind of.
Oh yeah.
I will say though, if you're gonna play Mass Effect at all, or Mass Effect 3, or do a Mass Effect playthrough, and if you're gonna, at all do a playthrough, get the fucking happy ending mod. That's the one
basically just resculpts the ending of Mass Effect 3 to be exclusively the destroy ending, but it also makes it so it's not arbitrarily like, oh well, this will just kill all like synthetic life in the galaxy, including the synthetic life you spent so much energy trying to help
And save, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that was put there purely to make it a difficult choice. So it like resculpts it by taking out that aspect. And also uses, I want to, if memory serves, it places the Citadel DLC as sort of like an extended epilogue to like after everything, with like a lot of like messages you receive being rewritten to be like, well, it's been a year since then, and I've finally gotten like my shit together. I just wanted to say thank you for all that you've done for us.
From Jack. I just, it makes me wonder where they're gonna go with the new one, because after Andromeda, they just want that pushed under a rug and smashed flat.
Yeah, I mean, Andromeda is safely far and away in every way possible from affecting anything because it's over in the Andromeda galaxy. They can promptly just ignore that it ever was.
Look, my face is tired for reasons.
Why do you remind me that exists? I hate it.
I bought that was a pre-launch that I actually bought. Every time there's only been a couple of pre-purchases that I've actually felt were one was, for all its bullshit, Baldur's Gate 3, and then Space Marine 2. But that's due to mods, so I'm gonna be honest.
I'll be honest. I've got high hopes for Dune Awakening now.
You've sold me on it, you bastards. So.
Listen, I was watching.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it now.
Yeah, you see me. You've probably been watching when I've rated her before at Discordia. She does the fox girl, white hair, big tits, abs. Likes to play War Thunder a lot.
I was gonna say that's like half of the VTubers out there, isn't it?
No, she was playing it. I was watching. If she was playing it, I was watching her play it, and and I was just watching it. I was just like, I'm getting Star Wars Galaxies vibes from this, guys. I'm having flashbacks, and they're good flashbacks. Like that.
Getting flashbacks of the good old days.
Month from now, Bo gets frustrated with the game. I'm so doomed with this franchise.
You son of a bitch!
You know what he's gonna do, Ash? He's gonna get you, me, and 3 or 4 other people hooked in, Kynes and some others, and then he'll get bored and wander away.
I would get bored of life on Arrakis. Christ. Dune is one of my fucking hyperfixations. You know this.
I know.
Okay.
Now, here's the real question.
No.
What do you think is going to be the most common username in the game? Paul something or other, or Anakin I don't like sand?
I should name my character Anakin just so I can watch fucking Bo start spazzing on me.
No, listen, just walk up to random ass motherfuckers in the deep desert and be like, I don't like sand. And then just walk away, you know?
I thought of my character name. I got it. Okay.
What?
Blup Shitto.
I'm gonna name my characters in such a way that you know that I was making a reference to something, but like misspelled it horribly, but you knew what it was, like Quidutootaroot.
Just basically just the quiz. It's just like some canon thing from Dune, but just butcher the names so unbelievably bad. What?
I know what you could call the guild.
What?
This Tatooine?
I'll fucking play a Bene Gesserit named Benny Degenerate.
Oh no!
Listen, if you
Bene Gesserit are kind of degenerate.
I mean, listen, if you do that, you have to roll them as a Harkonnen. You have to.
Okay.
Oh no!
Benny Degenerate. Okay, I am going to go. I'm going to go AFK really quick here. I gotta go worship the Golden Throne. But then we're gonna have another.
No, you're gonna leave him alone with us.
And he's got really excited.
But we're actually gonna have another topic to discuss, and it's one I've been, meaning to. I've been meaning to make a video about. But it's like, hey, we're here. I've got 3 of my buddies here. Well, 2 of my buddies and my boyfriend here. So we'll discuss it. But I'll be right back, everyone. So hold on to your butts.
Ash, he doesn't consider you a friend.
All right,
Why is Chonka putting Illuminatis in the chat?
I don't know why Chonka's putting Illuminatis into chat.
You still sound like you just doing a really bad voice.
I know that. I know I wanted to hear you do a deep voice just to see if you could, but man, that sounded like it was a struggle.
Anywho, so the topic we're bringing up, and this is something I've been meaning to address this for a while, but I figured, hey, we're gonna do it now because we're all here.
Honey, we know you're gay, and we love you all the same.
No, it's female Space Marines. No, because there is so much. There's so many. I mean, see that you know how all the bullshit and like wives' tales and lies about them there are out there on the internet, right?
Oh God, yes.
So I figured it'd be a good thing to discuss and like put up here on the stream for people who don't know, you know, like the facts, like debunking the facts from the myths and all that stuff. I'm actually going to see if I can stream this on Discord so y'all can see my screen at the same time as me. So hold up, everyone.
Well, you know, and again, I'll save it for the full discussion, but there's one very important thing, and I'm glad Badger is in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Go ahead and connect to the go ahead and connect if
Got it.
So we're all on the same. So we're all on the same page here. So yeah, I exactly, Nova. Gross. So now this what we have before you. This image. This is the inciting incident. Okay, so for those who don't know, a couple years back, it was like Spiky Bits, fucking Bella of Lost Souls, all the fucking woke gaming journalist rags, and those two are like just the Kotaku and Polygon of tabletop gaming news. Saw this quote by Alan Merritt, who used to work for Games Workshop, and this was his story about what happened with why there are no female Space Marines, right? You've probably seen this posted before, you guys, at some point. But basically, what he says is that the reason there aren't female, he says it had nothing to do with lore. It had everything to do with the fact that, according to him, they used to make 25% of all models female, and that they didn't sell. So basically, they couldn't sell female models. And then when, you know, they were going to make Warhammer 40K, according to him, they wanted to make female Space Marines, but they were like, they won't sell. So they were like, okay, so we're not going to have female Space Marines. And then basically, so they ditched that idea.
It was not cake. It was cringe, father.
Yes, exactly, philosopher. But yeah, so basically they, they released the, the original Marine kits, which were, all male, the original Metal Marines. And then, what do you call it? And then, it also says that, he says, the success of the plastic Marine set, the original plastic Space Marines, played a part, and it certainly wouldn't have been possible to make it so there were 2 or 3 in a box. It said that said, that statement doesn't make any sense, actually, now that I actually read it out loud. The plastic Marines played a part, but he doesn't say how. He just says, because it would have been too hard to make 2 or 3 of the Marines female, like, okay, you could have just molded it.
Okay.
I was going to say, it sounds like, from what he's trying to say, that Warhammer, in its conception, they had the idea of female Space Marines, but then they later established it in lore, and since then it's been just like, well, why change it? And, it would be costly to change it anyways, so why do so? It's established to be male, we are going with male. It really does feel like he's talking about the equivalent of being like, well, back in AD&D, it's like, yeah, okay, but it's not AD&D anymore, so guess it.
Okay, so my take, this is corporate doublespeak that lays the blame where they want to lay the blame. Men.
Yeah.
Because who are going to be the primary players? The men, he didn't say it, but men didn't want to buy female figures because men think girls are icky. So the business decision was made not to. So that way, it gives GW an out and puts the blame where they like to put the blame.
And I will point out, and this is something I've always, one of the main things I've always said about Merritt's statement, is that there's no corroborating evidence to any of this. There's nothing to back up his claim. No one else has come forward. There's no evidence that this was, a policy at Games Workshop, especially considering the fact that, we'll see this in a bit, but he's put out several statements in this sense. This is the second one he put out. I forget. I want to say this was actually a screen cap that Bitshammer took. I think.
Oh, well, that right there's a.
But he was basically. Actually, wait, no. I think this is Bitshammer's. But anyway, right. So, Bitshammer asked. From what I understand, he asked Alan Merritt to try to, debunk the debunking of that they had the idea for it, and he says the following. Okay. First question, easy answer, definitely not canon, as it is nothing to do with the official work by GW and the design studio. 40k and Warhammer articles in other people's magazines were studiously ignored by management and more often than not, irritated the designers themselves. That is, if they were even aware of them, which was probably most likely. Second question, as the years unfolded, it turned out that 40k was wildly more popular than we could have ever possibly imagined, and hugely successful commercially. The company, the designers, for miniatures and writers, were constantly looking for more things to do. There's a picture of a warrior nun in the original Rogue Trader book, and it was this single image that was the inspiration for Sisters of Battle. We're going to get into that in a minute, by the way. These were never intended. These were never intended as a replacement for the female Astartes. The canonical position was that such entities did not exist in the 40k universe. The sisters were grasped as an opportunity to give structure to the Midas Storm and to release some cool warrior nun models. Jess, that's Jess Goodwin, designed some knockout miniatures for the sisters, and Brian Nelson did some particularly fine priests and the like, but the army wasn't the most popular one we released. As always, Games Workshop got loads of flack about the rules for the army, and specifically the saving throw for the basic sisters. These are often cited for why the army was so relatively unpopular. Draw your own conclusions. I suspect it remains a third or best second rank army in terms of sales and collecting despite the rather marvelous new models. The company has recently published All the Best, Alan. And then, the response from, I'm guessing it was Bitshammer. Now here's what's funny about that, because that's the second statement. I want you to keep it all in mind. Now we're going to his third statement. Because again, he has mentioned this 3 times. Crikey, I'm not sure if I can make it this better, but I'll have a go. I must always try and remind folks that all this happened years ago, and memory is a strange and sometimes unreliable beast. 2 separate strands of old stuff colliding gloriously. Female Space Marines, as I outlined in a previous reference, we had no overarching inclination, plan, or strategy to include female models in our Space Marine range. That's directly contradictory to the first statement. Where, that was a plan, and then they were like, oh, hey, female models don't sell. But we did need to release as many 40k models as we could, because the success of the game and model range was something of a shock. We went through a rapid process of designing and releasing as many models as we could. Virtually every model with a gun got released somehow, regardless of its quality or appropriateness. Not everyone was completely on the same page with what was going on, and the designers were encouraged to push boundaries and try out stuff. Ali Morrison sculpted a couple of female Space Marine models, and we stuck them in that mixtured code of random models. Ali appeared to have used the warrior nun picture in the 40k book as a reference. I don't know exactly why he did that. Maybe he was confused about the subject, or perhaps it was the only reference to female-shaped power armor. As for the tag saying sister, well, if the male Marines were brothers, then female Space Marines were sisters, obviously. Sisters of Battle. Much later development in the genesis of the idea, that same single piece of iconic 40k artwork in the background of the Rogue Trader book, but nothing to do with the old female Space Marine models. Now, here's the problem with all that. So these are his three statements on female Space Marines. Now, we're going to go into some stuff. Now, remember, in the first statement, he said straight up that the plan was female Space Marines, but before they got to writing canon, they decided not to because female models didn't sell, right? Now in this statement, he says there was no overarching inclination, plan, or strategy for it. So he's immediately contradicting himself. Now let's see. This is what is it? White Dwarf 98. This was released like 3 months after Rogue Trader. This is where it was first stated that only men can be Space Marines. But considering this is only 3 months after Rogue Trader, they would have had to be writing this while writing Rogue Trader, you know? Like you know what I mean, guys?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means this was planned. This was planned lore, along with Rogue Trader. So that means Space Marines, in terms of lore, being always male, was the idea from the start. And again, this is the infamous original pointing out that, you know, let's see, that the, let's see, where is it in here? The considerations mean that only a small portion of people can become Space Marines. They must be male because zygotes are keyed to male hormones and tissue types, hence the need for tissue compatibility tests and psychological screening. So, yeah, like there it is. Only men can be Space Marines. Only men are genetically compatible with gene seed. But it strikes me as a little weird because this forever locks women out. And I feel like if the plan was at some point they were going to do female Space Marines, I feel like putting in a permanent lockout of female characters kind of contradicts that. Like a permanent thing.
I think his story varied based on, dare I say, the politics of the moment.
Yeah, like very much varied based on the politics of the moment. And now let's see again. This is the when he said an image of a warrior nun, you know, very nondescript, right? That was the idea for the Sisters of Battle. Well, here's the thing, though. Now we're gonna need to zoom in a little bit, but this is the lore. Like, okay, first of all, this is the image he was talking about. This is the we'll come back to this in a minute, all right? But this is the image he was talking about. Now, but let's look at the lore. Let's look at some of the terminology used. Let's see, Adeptus Ministorum, Imperial Cult, Administratum, Ecclesiarchy. So these are all like, you know, the first instances of these terms a lot of the time. Let's see, where is it?
It's been forever, but I don't remember the kind of quasi-religious stress back in Rogue Trader.
Yeah, but here we go.
It was more like gangs and cops beating each other up.
Yeah, Space Marines have a much more police-like role, but here we go. As the power of the okay, this is the bottom paragraph I'm reading off. As the power of the Adeptus Ministorum has grown, so a multitude of sub-organizations have developed within the compass of the Ecclesiarchy. An interesting example of this is the Adeptus Sororitas, an order of devotional warrior women. The Adepta is organized along similar lines to the Space Marines. The Sisterhood, as is generally known, is led by an abbess and includes many lesser ranks and offices in a similar way to the Adeptus Astartes. There are two. Then it goes into like all the the stuff about where their primary bases are on Earth and Ophelia 4. But you get the idea. Like this is not like, oh, there was a warrior nun picture and we developed lore based on that. No. The Adeptus Sororitas and the idea of the sisterhood, they weren't called Sisters of Battle, but the idea of the sisterhood, of battle was a concept all the way back when they wrote Rogue Trader. So Alan Merritt being all like, oh, we developed the whole idea from, this picture, and we developed the lore from this picture, and there was no lore before. That doesn't track either.
Okay, since I don't know all the names as well as you do, how long is Merritt, and the question you have to ask is, what was his position in the early days? Was he at the top or mid or low?
That is a good question. I'm going to look this up in the meantime.
Because he could have just been, this is the schlub story we give you. Hey, this is the story. This is what was going to happen. This is the company line.
I'm willing to bet there is probably a wiki article I can check out just to get this general idea of what is actual. Okay, here we go. Lexicanum. Thank you, Lexicandum, coming in hot. If it loads. Come on, Lexicandum, fucking load. Oh, okay, there we go. It is.
It's been a little weird today.
Yeah, it has been. All right, hold up. Author of several books set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, as well as a long-term employee of Black Library Games Workshop, who's held several important positions within the company. In his tenure, he's overseen both miniature and game design and production. Been in charge of the Golden Demon and in charge of Black Library itself. He's currently the overseer of all intellectual property development. He worked on Visions of War, Visions of Darkness, Visions of Treachery, Visions of Death, and Collected Visions from the Horus Heresy. That was what he wrote.
Okay.
He doesn't work there anymore, by the way. I'd have to find the Reddit post out there, and I'm really maybe I still have it. I'm gonna file through my fucking files of all this shit I have collected because remember when these arguments were at a fever pitch when I came to Twitter, so I have all the pictures saved, and maybe I have this one. But there was someone on Reddit who worked alongside Merritt who was talking about how Merritt was behind a lot of factions being prevented from getting a tabletop re-release. Like, he apparently did not like Gene Stealer cults and squats. Like, he was the reason they got rid of those. And then when he quit the company, I'm guessing, because remember, around the time he quit the company, they started putting out stuff like Gene Stealer cults, Death Watch, Custodes, and eventually the squats came back too. Didn't he leave until 2016? I think it was 2016, yeah.
But, I mean, back when he's talking about that initial release, the 25% and all that, again, he may have been a mid to low-level employee at that point.
Yeah, like...
He didn't necessarily... He wasn't privy... I don't know what the owner of the company I work for is thinking on a day-to-day basis, so... Yeah, I put out the party line.
And that's why it's funny to me that that's funny to me because again, his statements are not corroborated from other employees or other veterans of the company or any kind of actual evidence. It's literally him saying, "Trust me, bro." And that I'm sorry, but that is not viable information. You need to corroborate sources with information and other testimonials, which is why it's so much a gaming journalist move to just run with his word as gospel. But
because it reinforces what they want to hear. But my first question would be, what was your position at the time?
Yeah, exactly. Now you might recognize these two models, right? That are currently up.
Yes.
Yeah, the air quotes. I want to point out these were the models pointed out in the Bell of Lost Souls and Spiky Bits articles as female space marines. Well, somebody actually had a pair of these models, and on the sprue you can very clearly read it says sister. Now, I think Merritt's third response was in reaction to this. Oh, they called them sister because they're female space marines, and the males are called brother. Obviously. Well, here's the thing, though. We have pictures of the pewter space marines. Look what it says on the sprue.
Marine.
It says
Marine, yeah.
It says Marine, and for anybody who thinks this isn't one of them, by the way, on the back, Games Workshop 1987. So that's pretty damning right there. Those are nasty. I mean, they're not very good looking models. Like
things were a little rough back in the day. Let's put it that way. They wanted to keep prices down. They knew it was mostly teenagers playing.
Well, also the fact that just the model quality was just not there. And
the metal was also very soft, so it was very easy to screw the models.
So, they used to make them out of lead.
Yeah, I had lead models.
Yeah, but again, the molding tech just isn't what it was today. They had to physically make all the molds. There was no computer aided design and all that. But continuing on with the continuing on with some more information here is now this is the article. Is this showing up on Discord for y'all? Okay, it is.
Yeah.
This is the catalog page that the two female female models. We're not calling them female Space Marines. We're calling them female models. This is the catalog page that they were featured in, and this is where, they call them, female Space Marines. That's what the articles called them, citing Alan Merritt, even though he didn't refer to these models at all in the original statement. But let's zoom in, and you can clearly read the names here. That's the first one on the left, Female Warrior Jane, and down here, Female Warrior Gabs. They are. Yep. Well, first of all, this is funny because this because this also disproves another part of Merritt's statement, where it's like, oh well, female models didn't sell, so we didn't sell them. Like, what the fuck are these then? They're not the only. And if you, they're not the only ones. Like, they're not the only ones either. There's the look. Okay, so you've got Female Warrior Gabs and Jane. Right below Gabs is a Space Amazon. Above the hero is the Mad Punk, who looks like, the Mad Punk to the right of Gabs, that looks like a female model with a mohawk. There's the Imperial Assassin, who is also female.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very visible breasts. That is a woman. Are there any others? Are there any others in here that could be construed as female? It doesn't look like it, but no, the Psyker. The Psyker is female, next to Female Warrior Jane up there. So that's 1, 2. Okay, I'm counting here, but be patient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmed and 1 possible female model in this list, from a company that apparently completely gave up on female models before before they even started making Warhammer 40K. The Astropath, possibly. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say the Astropath is a possible 7th. Astropath Corm, I'm going to say, is a possible 7th. But yeah, it's like, these are very clearly female models, right? Again, the 5 definites are female, and the 2 possibles are also possibly female. From a company that, according to Merritt, made it policy to not make female models anymore after, after a certain point because they didn't sell. But they'll put these out. So that's another hole in his story. But wait, we're not done yet. So let's look at this image. I want to. So note the look at the Sister Sin's shoulder pad, and then look at the painted icon.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. It's like, wow, it's almost like they were trying to tell us something. And the fleur-de-lis, even back then.
Yeah. It's almost like these are the Sisters of Battle, or the Adeptus Sororitas, or the Sisterhood that were mentioned in the the heraldry, exactly, that were mentioned in the book.
And the armor looks different, even from the weird shit the Space Marines wore back then.
Yeah, it almost looks like they've got the gas mask on the chest, like Sister Sin does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is punching more holes in Merritt's claim. And let's see, is there anything else before we move on to debunking another popular myth about female Space Marines? I just want to let me go through my archive of bullshit here. Okay, so that looks like it's it. We're gonna move on to a classic now. All right.
Well, exactly, Lopsided, and that's the point. But when you point that out to people, you get this basically 12-year-old. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So who recognizes this article?
Oh no! Please. This is like, as soon as you see this, you're like, you just lost your whole argument, right?
Yeah. So so another YouTube channel, Snipe and Wib, put out a video about female Space Marines and used this as evidence that they used to be canon. That's why people think this was a Games Workshop article.
Well, GDW, yeah. I mean, that's...
I came back to Cutie Beakies.
Okay, so what this is, for people who don't know, this is widely pushed. And again, the Snipe and Whip YouTube channel pushed this as a canon story about female space marines from a White Dwarf magazine. Here's the problem, though.
Right.
Follow the green arrows. It says in the upper left, it has GDW. Middle right, challenge. Bottom left arrow by Roger Hamlin. So here's
right. Yeah.
So here's
Roger.
so in their push to say female space marines were once canon in the old editions, what they didn't realize is here's what they didn't realize. I want you to now. Okay, this is Challenge Magazine number 36 by Games Design Workshop, or GDW. The GDW's magazine of futuristic gaming, and we're gonna zoom in real quick here on the green highlighted box for Warhammer 40,000 Sunstroke by Roger Hamlin. This was not a Games Workshop article. This was a fan article in a fan magazine that they just threw in.
I mean,
there.
I played two of the other games on the page of Twilight 2000, which was a nuclear World War III simulator with America and Russia, and Mega Traveler, which was just travel on a grand scale.
Yeah,
it's just a general gaming mag.
Yeah, so this is just a general gaming mag with basically a fan fiction article about the idea of female space marines, probably from a guy who never read White Dwarf 98.
And I mean, my God, they had the French flag on something. How low can you go?
Implying France is going to make it to space. Listen, when we put boots on Mars, it's going to be American boots. But yeah, so again, this widely circulated article is just fan fiction. But it's fan fiction. Everyone's like, oh no, this was canon in first edition because a YouTube channel put it out there without checking their sources. So yeah, female space marines never existed. They never existed, and as far as I'm concerned, Alan Merritt's little story is so full of holes without corroborating evidence that it's unreliable. So yeah, and and on top of that, and on top of that, one last little thing, we're gonna bring up this image. This was some art. This is some art that a dude made of a female space marine, and this gets now. I've seen this passed around as a there was art of female space marines back in first edition, and the answer to that question is, of course, this is the actual. Okay, for those who don't know, this is you can see the bottom of the image on the top of the text here. This was this is the statement by the artist. This artwork is one of my favorites, the female Ultramarines. It's not dated, but it's more than 20 years old, and I've never posted it online. I haven't looked at it in decades. The painting was inspired by Sister Sin on the back of Rogue Trader from '87. Back when we all thought Sisters of Battle were female space marines. No one actually thought that. But that's besides the point. I wanted her to be heroic in the same way Ellen Ripley from Alien, and be believable as a space marine. More a stern matron than a pinup. The armor is slightly feminized, but nothing like the later Sisters of Battle, who ironically also came out in '97. Also not true. We just saw the Sisters of Battle lore entry. We're going to get to that in a minute. Lore entry from Rogue Trader. The same time I was taking my portfolio to Games Day to try for a job. When the studio saw my portfolio, their first words on seeing these glorious gals was, "There are no female space marines." To which I replied, "I know, surrounded by all the shiny new Sisters of Battle, which GW just released, which sucked the wind out of my sails." I mean, my immediate...
That sounds like the more cope than I've heard in a while.
Why? It's like, well, first of all, to the artist behind this, why are you disappointed that women are getting represented? Or, I mean, even back in, 1997, this guy wanted to... this guy wanted to subvert, you know, something masculine with something feminine. And
But because they're not they're not the poster children of the poster children. They're not female Ultramarines. That's why.
And I'm sorry, but this kind of stuff to me is the refuge of the uncreative. But last thing, and this is another one that people say, this is another popular one people say, Sisters of Battle didn't exist till 1997. It's like, well, guess what? You know, roughly that's true if we're talking about a codex. This is Codex Sisters of Battle from, you know, the original Sisters of Battle codex from 2nd edition.
Oh, that picture's triggered so many people.
But here's the thing, though. It's like, yeah, Sisters of Battle got their first codex in 2nd edition. Everybody got their first codex in 2nd edition. They didn't do codexes in 1st edition.
No.
They moved over to the codex system in 2nd. So yeah, it's like, yeah, Sisters of Battle didn't
I
get
will say it again, a bit louder. It's not about female representation. It's not about making spaces for females. It's about taking away spaces from men. Nothing more.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like every faction got their first codex in 2nd edition. That's how it worked. They moved over to the codex system in 2nd. If you were going to make a Sister of Battle in 1st, when you made your army in 1st edition, you rolled each individual character. Each individual character was a character you made. That is where you got your Sisters of Battle in 1st edition. And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize. You rolled them yourself. You made your characters. And then you gave them the weapons and equipment. You gave them the power armor. You gave them the bolters, all that. That's what was going on in 1st edition. And then you moved over to codexes in 2nd, and then we got Sisters of Battle as an actual army because they moved over to a system of pre-designed armies. So no, there were never female Space Marines, and based on all the holes you can punch in Merritt's story, there were never plans for female Space Marines, not even on the designing board. So yeah, it's like, it's time to let this topic die.
They won't, though.
We'll be getting Sunstroke posted, and Spiky Bits, and fucking Bell of Lost Souls reposted until the end of time, but it literally doesn't matter. This is the final word. There were never female Space Marines. They never had plans for female Space Marines. They never released female Space Marines. They never will release female Space Marines. And like I said, that's just the final word on this topic. So yeah. I wanted to get that out of the way. This is something that, I feel should have been recorded a long ass time ago. That's a bot in chat. I'm going to go nuke it. Hold on.
I can get it.
Oh, thank you. Right. You're a mod. I keep forgetting about that. Thank you, honey.
He'll never make me a mod because I'll be like, oh, y'all motherfuckers got to go.
I mean, look,
sees one person step out of a line or say anything that makes him think, is that a bot? Gone.
Yep, no, knife hand to the face, man.
Yeah. But it's like, but yeah, no, I mean, see that, honestly, at this point, I should just make you one.
You sure you want to do that?
I mean, listen, I trust you not to abuse your mod power if I do.
No.
But
that
yeah.
Badger guy's got to go though.
Yeah, I know. I know. He's like a badger. They're the ones that like fart smelly shit at you, right?
No, that's a fart kitty. That's a striped
okay.
fart kitty.
I was about to add
Skunks.
I was about to add that's me after eating Italian, but anyway.
Why Italian?
I don't know. My biology's
Mexican I can understand, but
yeah, like Mexican I can understand.
Well,
Italian?
I mean, okay. To be fair, in my defense, I put a lot of garlic on my Italian food. Like a lot of garlic.
Okay, but ask somebody from Asia, you don't put enough garlic on it.
But yeah, that's basically.
So what's the name of the Italian you put all this garlic on?
Shut the fuck up, see that.
Giuseppe.
What?
Giuseppe.
That is an Italian name.
Okay, so I can't really think of anything more to yap about. We've been going about an hour and 45. How about this? So here's a question for you four. Would you want to switch over to Space Marine 2 for 4-player for a bit?
Oh, Shane.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna move over to Gemin.
Let me change my mods out because I've still got. Actually, we could run with the bots.
Wait, no, we can't have the bots.
Oh shit, that's right.
Because Psyche's here too, and I don't want to exclude him.
Yeah, sorry.
No. I don't care. I was thinking about that.
All right.
I keep forgetting it scales. That's my other. I keep forgetting.
I need to change the topic on YouTube, but other than that, you know.
What are you going to officially post your Era Indomitus reading list of 47 entries, Bo?
I'm going to make a separate video out of that.
Oh, man.
I realize that it is absolutely pathetic that even Games Workshop can't get their fucking, like, chronological order right, so, like, other people have to do it. But I just think it's so cute how autistic you are about it, where you're like, this is the proper read ordering. Read these in this order. You know, I have personally gone through and, like, autistically ordered them. This is the order of the ordering of the universe. Read them in this order.
Ash.
Yeah.
You haven't seen mine. I have even more in my list. Bo and I have been going back and forth debating what should be where with who and how. So and I even went and found links to videos that if you don't have some of the rule books like Gathering Storm, I found videos you can go watch from Voldemort explaining it to you at 2 hours per video.
Yep.
I'll be back.
Well, Baltimore's great though. I like Baltimore. So if I was going to recommend a lore dude, I'd recommend him or Arch. Well, granted, Arch when he's not talking about something related to Caller Primaris, because then he kind of shits the bed and doesn't even start. All he talks about is how he hates it, not the lore itself. I don't know. I couldn't do that as a lore guy. Even if I'm talking about something I don't like, I'm going to talk about it like it's serious. You know.
Well, Baltimore's only hang up is when he starts talking about.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Chonka, did you hit the annoy Bo button? Did you hit that?
It said he redeemed it.
Oh my god.
He did redeem.
Oh my god, he's the first person to ever do that.
What does it even do?
Hey,
Okay.
Let me set myself to visible so you can join in on me.
Okay.
Pashuke.
Wow. Okay. Online.
Pashuke.
Shut up. Okay. Now
you at the drive-thru.
Okay, so what does the annoy Bo button do? I can't believe you pushed that button. It's off target. God damn it. Hold on. There. That's what it does. That Ash, that one is there strictly for you.
He put it in so I would consume my crusade points and not use it for like
Rogaldorn's Colossal Chainblade. By the way, I put the 40k audio redeems back in. I was missing them.
But okay, so while we're waiting to load in here, and Badger, if you're still there, you can back me on this one. The number one primary reason women cannot be Space Marines is why the fuck would you pick something 30+% weaker than your baseline? And yes, I will fight to the death on that. And the reason I brought up Badger is, well, he and I have both been through schools, him more than I, where women have yet to legitimately graduate.
Yeah, like you.
They're not fucking strong enough.
Yeah, because Badger. I'm under the impression Badger can't fully talk about all the shit he was involved in. But like, if it's the kind of shit that he can't talk about that he was involved in, then yeah, that's some high level shit.
Yeah, I graduated Ranger School. He went beyond that on the Marine side to Adeptus Retardus level.
So what's the lore reason for primarily and the non-lore reason? Well, the non-lore reason, the only non-lore reason I can think of is that how they decided it would be. But the lore reason for why you can't have female Space Marines, Chonka, is because gene seed is biologically incompatible. It is biologically incompatible with women, basically. XX chromosomes and the larger amounts of estrogen in women's bodies does not work alongside gene seed. Now, when it comes to the custodes and why they can't be women, the actual creation process of custodes is not detailed, but everything, all the lore, everything says straight up, they only recruit sons. Specifically the sons of Terran nobles. So we're basically saying like everyone offered up to be a custodian is a male. So what that basically says, that is a direct implication that if the, even if the process, like what he's saying is, whatever the process is, they do not accept women. They do not accept infant girls to become custodes for any reason, or else the tradition would not exclude them. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's another thing. So that's largely with that. And there's nothing really that they can do to like say, well, it's like, okay, but again, the devil is in the details or lack thereof in this case. If they can be women, why does the creation process exclude girls? You know what I mean?
Oh, that was one of the other ones that somebody hit me with. It said, well, the Blood Angels, they recruit from a planet that the people are mutated and cancer-ridden. I said, no, if they were mutated and cancer-ridden, they couldn't go through the process.
Yeah, like that's the whole thing. Like, this is something I think a lot of people don't get about, Space Marines and the recruitment process for Space Marines is that, you know what? I'm going Black Templar this time.
It's still going.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna leave it up for now. I mean, I don't know how to. I can't set it to a timer. That's the problem.
But they're like, oh well, the people of Baal are all cancer-ridden. No, they're not. In fact, if you read Devastation of Baal, it opens with a man whose son, who was hale and hearty, went to the Space Marine selection process and came back a drooling idiot.
Yeah, Iggy, it's just going to be the 4 of us this time. Also, we're not putting on absolute difficulty. There's not 12 of us.
Yeah.
There'll be 4 of us. I'm going to put it on substantial. I kind of want to farm the purple ones anyway. All right, so you 2 are in. We'll have to... Psyche, are you back yet? Psyche?
All right, I'm gonna jump in, view friends, online.
But, But yeah, it's like I said, with the female custodes thing, the devil is in the lack of details. They won't take girls from the extremely limited source of recruits they pick, which is the newborn children of Terran nobles. So that basically says, if the process can include women, they would take female infants, but they don't. And that is a pretty clear indicator that it doesn't work.
I have returned, finally.
Okay, so yeah, what Choco was asking was Primaris.
Oh, okay. Now Primaris, basically Belisarius' call, using literally pre-existing blueprints and the Emperor's actual divine guidance, finished 2 unfinished Space Marine organs. They were the last 2. Yeah. And then he made a 3rd implant, which are the new tendons. Those aren't organic though; those are cybernetic.
Yeah.
Also, Sturmson, welcome to the chat over on Twitch. We were actually just discussing that. Alan Merritt's story is so full of holes that it can't be trusted. His story on female Space Marines, we went over all three of his responses on the matter. They contradict each other. It's full of holes. There's no consistency in it. And we looked at the history of it all, and based on what he said, and that contradicts everything that he said. And basically what we determined is that Alan Merritt was probably lying. To be charitable, he was misremembering. But to be uncharitable,
it was a long time ago.
But to be uncharitable, he was lying and fishing for good boy points on Facebook.
So, see, I like that about the blank gene occurring more in women than men, but the problem is many blanks can end up being Sisters of Silence, which means there's a large number of women out there that have to be quiet.
Well,
I'm having a little trouble taking that one on.
Well, very crude jokes aside, I mean, remember the, and this is honestly because the Sisters of Silence as an organization was actually new for Horus Heresy when it came out, and I'm gonna turn that off. It's getting on my nerves.
Hey, hey Bo.
What?
Hey,
It
Bo.
really was annoying.
Are you about to redeem it again?
Your dick cloth on your character has a Roman numeral 13 on it.
I'm ignoring it.
I'm not.
Anyway,
You're secretly an Ultramarine fanboy, confirmed on video, recorded forever. Somebody clip that shit.
Yeah, well, you're old. Anyway, yeah. So, okay, before you start saying that, what the fuck was I talking about?
No idea.
Sisters of Silence appearing for Warhammer.
Oh, right, yes.
Horus Heresy.
Sisters of Silence were a new creation by Dan Abnett for the Horus Heresy. Like, when they started actually writing the Horus Heresy, he created them for that. And the thing I noticed is that you've read the Eisenhorn books, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, remember the distaff? Remember the distaff?
Yeah.
Eisenhorn assembled an entire fucking college of women who were blanks.
Yeah, but they were allowed to talk, so...
Yeah, but my point is, like, Ravenor came out well before Horus Heresy, and the distaff is killed off, except for all but one of them in the third book. I think Abnett liked the idea so much, he just ported it over to Horus Heresy as the Sisters of Silence. Like, that's what I think he did when he was making the Sisters. And that was basically, and they were basically, like, again, the all-female counterpart to the Custodes, what the Sisters of Battle are to the Space Marines. And it is phenomenally stupid to be like, oh, hey, we're gonna make Custodes women because fuck you, that's why, you know? And I will continue to stick by my theory that it's because they fucked up the animation on they fucked up the tides, made the Custode a woman on accident, and then GW tried to compensate in the most boneheaded way possible and just caused a shitstorm. Regardless, Sisters of Silence need more models. I mean, honestly, there's so many Sisters of Silence units that don't have models that if they don't release them with 3rd edition Horus Heresy, it's actually criminal, in my opinion. It will actually be fucking criminal. Alright, I'm gonna set the mission up.
One sec.
Don't forget to post the join-in code.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well.
Hold on. Oh, shit. One moment. Yeah, I have to put the code in. Alright, let me look up my key. Let me bring up Discord so I can type that in. Let's see. Shit.
It's a terrible code.
What was the code? I have to alt tab out and I can't see it.
ND3AN.
There it is in yeah. Okay, I'm gonna remember it off the top of my head. We're gonna go. We're gonna go into the mission now, okay? Are you ready, hon?
Yes.
Oh, where is? Oh, God damn it! I have to alt tab out back again because I don't have OBS up.
Tell me when you're in the mission so I can input the code in.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Iggy, I see you up there. It's just gonna be the 4 of us, okay? Yeah. Well, we'll do Inferno. That's old reliable. By the way, Ash has actually been coming up with a homebrew lore for that chapter.
I was going to ask you if you were working the lore up on that chapter yet.
Sons of Fafnir. They're a successor to the line.
Oh, hold up, Iggy. I'm sorry. It's just going to be the 4 of us, okay?
Wait, but where did you put the code?
Hold on. When we get in, I'll put it up again. I'll have Ash read it out.
One sec. I can send it to you in a DM.
Oh, thank you, Ash.
But yeah, the thing that what Ash has effectively come up with, they are a Dark Angel's successor chapter. They're Dark Angel's successor chapter, but they're one of the ones, and there were a few, who was like, you know what? We shouldn't be going after the Fallen because, you know, we fought the traitors. We consider ourselves absolved. There was another one that was like that, the Angels of Absolution. That's an actual canon chapter. They were like, you know what? Yeah, look, if other you know, successors or the parent chapter are hunting the Fallen and we're around, we'll help, but we're not going to make it our whole thing. Which is ironically what, you know, ironically enough, what Lionel Johnson would have wanted.
Your mission is to use the stored promethium in the refinery to destroy.
But yeah, basically, their home world, their recruiter world, is actually an Imperial Knight, home world as well, with a heavy, basically, like, the planet has, like, massive amounts of macrofauna, so, like...
You could hop in, Psyche.
Think, like, dragons and other, like, you know, epically sized monsters. And that's actually why they even have, like, Imperial Knights to begin with, but, they were first brought into the Empire proper by the Dark Angels, and as a result, they became the recruiting world for this chapter after the end of the Heresy, and they have kind of like an active agreement with the chapter, or with the noble houses there, that basically there's like a, shall we say, like a competition of arms to see who gets to join in like the recruitment drives. And they'll even allow, say, like noble or like commoners to like compete. And if a commoner's son gets into the chapter, they are elevated to a noble family and can become a family with a knight under their name, which allows the nobility to be rather robust and stable. In terms of tactics, they favor martial combat, so like mid-range options are there but not favored. But they also like, the equivalent of mounted cavalry. So that's like one of their, like a few of their companies are dedicated to that.
Yeah, like
and they tend. Go ahead.
Like in the whole thing, for Ash's chapter, the death wing, all Terminators all the time, is the are basically like the elite knights would be the elite knights in the equation, where the Raven wing is the mounted cavalry.
Yee.
Also, hello.
Hello.
All right, we are all here. Let's go deal with the bug problem,
brother.
But yeah, they tend to focus on like, or not so much focus, but their thing is like feats of strength and hunting down things kind of like the Xenos and whatnot. They're not exclusively anti-Xenos, but it is certainly their thing. It's a good justification for why this dude is here.
Oh, what? Did someone say Tyranids?
Yeah.
The ultimate macro fun of the hunt.
Oh, hello, big group
Man,
of
could you
Tyranids.
imagine a mech fighting game where it's just Titans and Knights?
You know what that reminds me of? Funnily enough, there's a lore bit in, I think it was 9th edition Tau Empire, where it says straight up, the Tau, their latest anti-Titan measure, they found a planet of sentient kaiju.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, and they were like, hey, look, we got these our enemies have these giant fucking robots we have to fight. We have nothing like that. You want to go throw hands with them? And the kaiju people were like, aight. Well, we assume they were like, aight, and not like cajoling.
Guardian Relic.
Oh, yeah, somebody else get that. I'm good.
Well, Psyche's a bulwark, so that seems like something that would be useful for him.
Yeah, Psyche, go back there and get the Guardian Relic.
All right.
The High Guardian Spice Relic.
Oh, wait, where is it?
It's
Oh, there it is.
I tagged it, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the that was a blurb in the, I think it's 9th edition Tau Codex, where the Tau just now decided that basically they went with the Pacific Rim option, get kaiju to fight for them, to fight the Titans.
So, fights between knights in on the Tau front are now just Pacific Rim battles. All right,
Yeah.
that is awesome as hell.
Yep.
Hey, there's two armor boosts back here if anybody wants them.
I'll take that as well.
I got 4 armor things, so I'm good. I got 4, totals. So
I mean, if this one's still there, I'll grab it.
Should be.
Yeah, there is one.
You're doing that raid organizer
but,
shit.
but I want to point. Yeah, it's more like a heroic
Listen,
dungeon.
See that? Just wait till we have to do a raid against Sandworm.
I'm hoping that they make the mod work for the horde mode. Oh man, the 12 man mod
they've already
against horde.
They've already said it's going to.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be a lot of screaming tards on this channel.
Hey, listen, but we are the Adeptus Retardus, so it's all good.
Okay, so Bo, do you think, I've heard some other rumors, 11th edition is getting ready to drop soon?
I don't think so.
Gamians, defend them.
I actually think I actually believe that 11th is going to be a fairly long edition, like longer than 2 years.
10th.
Oh, 10th, yeah, 10th is going to be longer than 2 years, and the reason I think this is because we found out there's 6 more codexes coming.
Okay.
Because remember, we thought they only had, was it Leagues of Votann, Black, like, the ones they, Black Templar, the Knights, Leagues of Votann, and Dark Eldar, right? And then they just straight up confirmed, through a tease, yeah, no, the 6 Space Marine, the 6 other first founding chapters are getting them too. So there's
Medicaid
6.
Oh, I'll grab that.
So there is 6. There are 6 more codexes added to the release schedule, and that's before we even get into the big end of edition campaign, which usually takes about a year. So yeah,
Okay.
like those Space Marine codexes will not be out before 2026.
I hear no signs of battle.
And even assuming they release 2 at a time, it'll take at least through all of 2026 to release them all.
Demolition codes required to
Dim.
deploy and arm their
Oh, I got a stim. Oh, you don't need a stim, right?
I don't need it, so that's why I tag it for you guys.
Oh. Ow.
Oh, I want to execute the wrong one. Okay.
Ah, great. I accidentally popped my flag.
Yeah, but you are fortified in that position. No, honestly, this has been kind of a weird week for me scheduling-wise, because I don't know what the fuck I want to play on stream this week. So I just said, yeah, Dark Souls, Space Marine on the weekend. I don't know what during the week. Like, we're doing this today because the Horus Heresy thing happened. I wasn't going to stream today at all, but it was like, oh, I'm going to do a stream about that.
Ravener.
There's a Ravener following you around.
I'm in this cave killing nothing but Tyranids.
Oh, do you need help?
When you...
Nah, I'm fine. I'm having the time of my life.
I wonder sometimes if there's if the My Little Pony fandom is this autistic about lore.
They are.
So you can have a
Yes.
Horsey Heresy.
There's already
Hey,
Space Marine. Yeah.
Hey, honey, listen.
Yes.
I think, okay, where do you find out about, I think it's called Conquest of Equestria or something like that. It is a fully detailed Hearts of Iron 4 total conversion mod that just turns it into Equestria from My Little Pony.
Guardian Relic.
Oh, I'll get that one. I'll get that one.
Yeah, you take that one, Mo.
Horsey Heresy.
Shut the fuck. First
It's
Listen, I wouldn't be. There probably is
Later,
an entire
Badger.
section of
Later,
the
Badger.
fandom
Later, Badger.
that already does have that set up.
There was, I remember back in the old days when TG was the place to discuss Warhammer, that there was a lot of crossover with My Little Pony with a lot of people.
I've seen artwork of My Little Pony and Space Marine armor. I mean, it's just.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
I'm just really glad that my granddaughter never saw the Space Marine Hello Kitties.
Wait. I fucked up. It's called, the mod is called Equestria at War. That's what it's called. And it is just Hearts of Iron 4, but it's My Little Pony.
Yeah. I know somebody that Shadow the Hawk that plays it.
Oh, him,
And
yeah.
I was just giving him no end of shit about that. Like, dude, just be honest about your pony.
Man,
fixation.
that was one of the guys who got super fucking pissed off over the whole throw away your minis thing that I did the other day.
It's people need to take a fucking chill pill.
Yeah, like that was so fucking. Carnifex, where is he? Oh no,
Me over here being so low on ammo because I forgot to grab ammo.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, Dreadbro's apparently out there too, but I don't see him. Oh.
Wait, where's the Carnifex?
Over there. I did not mean to do that, but you know what? I got it before it moved, so.
Oh, it's knocked out.
Yeah, if you could jump out of the way in time, it'll stun itself.
Dang it! I wanted to execute it.
Oh, you know, that's what happened, guys.
Oh, there, Dreadbro got his ass.
You know, Dreadbro, I love you, but come on, I wanted to execute it.
It looked like Horus.
But yeah, the whole
Dreadbro is the best.
Yeah, the whole throw away your minis thing was so fucking funny because everyone's like mad that I told that guy that, but they missed the part where I was just talking about art. You know, I was talking about why this D&D art was like not good, even though it superficially looked okay. And the guy just responds to me like, he's like, wow, you're such a miserable person. How do you make it from day to day? You don't like anything, do you? And I was just sick of his shit. I was like, you know what? I noticed he was a Warhammer fan. I was like, you know what? Throw your fucking minis away. You're not welcome to this fandom. And then it's like, but what was funny was the legion of unpopular opinions getting mad at me about it when fucking they support, you know, woke hammerels who says worse on a given day. Like, in case you didn't think it was just them, you know, finding another excuse to go after me. Because they've been doing that for a while now.
Is there anything wrong with the dude's minis that specifically upsetting you?
No, I just wanted to kick him in the dick. They look perfectly fine. I was just like, hey, guess what? I don't think you're welcome in my fandom anymore. Throw your minis away. I was just being an asshole to be an asshole. I don't give a fuck. As like I said, the fact that people who have legitimately stalked, harassed, and doxed people, you know, the Legion, would tell me, hey, you're wrong for doing that, is like, wow, fuck off, you fucking hypocrites.
Yeah, forgive me. They also, you know, support people that tell trans people what to, you know.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to air out the dirty laundry of what they said to you?
I didn't even see they said anything to me. I don't really.
Oh, you know
what I think it is.
When you left their Discord.
Oh yes. Yeah, go for it. Fuck it. I don't.
Okay, so basically, somebody at the on the Legion of Unpopular Opinions Discord and they scrub their fucking chats to so nobody can take screenshots. Told CDAT to unalive himself.
Specifically to join the statistic about veterans.
Yeah, join the 22 a day.
Yeah, told him that.
Like, okay, well that's
because
cool.
Because CDAT basically said only people CDAT basically said, you know, if you're a bad artist, then you need to worry about AI, but not before that.
Well, yeah, what it was basically was complaining about AI it's not going to go away. And there was a female artist, or supposedly female,
Generator 3,
that was going on, and I said, you sound like the guy that makes horse whips complaining about the first time he saw a car. Which is a pretty innocuous comment. It really was. I thought it was one of my slightly more clever comments.
I thought it was pretty creative.
And suddenly, every third dude in that chat put on his fucking fedora and started tipping it to Milady. You know, blah, blah, why don't you join the 22 a day? You're horrible. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, guys, she ain't gonna fuck. Well, she might. You never know.
Listen. Having seen what some of those dudes look like and being an ugly motherfucker myself, I doubt it.
But they're all like trying to defend her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I said, you all look like complete jerks. What I said was not that terrible. And then I went to Angry, it was Badgers. It was Angry Badger Minis Discord, and 3 of them followed me. And I'm like, okay, you're in a different world now. Don't start any shit. And of course, they started some shit. So I kicked them out, and they, LOL, haha, I can come right back in. As far as I know, they're all still lifetime banned from that server because, well, I'm a mod.
Yep. Okay,
and it's like, I told you, don't start no shit.
I'm already over here.
Yep, I'm over
right
here
behind
too.
you, Psyche.
Like multiple meltas, a heavy bolter, and a plasma.
Some Volkite.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, but literally it was like, and I haven't been back since, but it's like, no, don't, yeah, you don't follow people around and start shit with other people. So.
Yeah, and yeah, it's funny too because they were all
and
like,
it's only a few of them. There's only a few troublemakers there. Well, there's some good people there.
No, it's funny too because when they started all pissy at me about the whole thing. When again, remember they support woke hammerels, you know, who has done far worse. But when they started like bitching at me, I was all like, you know what? These motherfuckers threw me under the bus a year ago already. So yeah, no, fuck them. And then they're telling you, and then they were saying like, oh, don't burn your bridges, Bo. It's like, you threw me off the fucking island after you set it on fire and then burned the bridge behind me a year ago. Shut the fuck up.
And there's some, I mean, you know, I won't, you know, I have nothing negative to say about Metal Man. I still talk to Metal Man. He and I, as far as I know, are cool.
Metal Man and Oddball were both going after me about it. I blocked them both.
Guys, come on. If you guys hear this, come on, guys. Come on, we're all fucking adults here.
I mean, look, I'm a fucking adult. I guess they're not. I guess that's all I got to say about it.
I remember saying to fucking, you know, to Zeph, like, in DMs afterwards that, like, because I was kind of commiserating about the whole thing because, like, I don't like you being, like, hurt, hun. I don't care if somebody says that my voice, that, you know, makes me sound like I'm on HRT. I don't. You know, I find it amusing more than anything.
Right. Grab ammo, let's go.
But anyways, you know, fucking... These were people who were basically, like, fronting the moral option, even though they're basically all assholes. And, like, you know, like, this was especially after we saw the image where somebody basically said, tell that, you know, insert.
Oh, yeah, no, oh, yeah, no, someone on the Leech Discord threatened to kill me. I have the fucking screen cap of it. They said I'm gonna shoot him if he doesn't shut up.
And, like, straight up, like, I was like, you know what? Like, I felt a little bit bad when Bo went and banned a few people, but in retrospect, you know, actually, no, I don't fucking feel bad. I don't feel bad that Metal Man got banned from the server. He's never around anywhere, anyways. He's not, like, an active mod. I'm more active, and I'm kind of, like, inattentive at the best. Fucking... But, like, worse than that, he's an inattentive admin. He lets that bullshit go, or he encourages it.
He and I had a very long discussion about that, about a certain person, which we all know who that is.
You can say Svan, it's okay.
Okay, well, you know, I don't like starting shit on in your world, so.
Listen, we're already talking about this shit. You might as well.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, and who always starts fights and always starts... 9 times out of 10, if there's an issue started on that server, it's fine.
Also, hun, you don't need to call yourself an inattentive mod. My Discord server's pretty well, extremely well behaved, honestly.
I was gonna say it's pretty
I mean, to be fair, that's also because you crack the whip when people do stupid shit, whereas, like, a Metal Man does nothing. Yo, somebody basically somebody issues a death threat, brushes it off as a fucking, like, I was told straight up, no, they're not mad at you. They're not mad that someone threatened to kill you, Bowman. They're mad that the screen cap got out. Yeah. So, like, Zeph then showed me, like, their, like, rules listing, and I was like, wow, it's really telling that right before don't escalate, you know, to violence, you know, i.e. don't issue death threats, it says, don't screen cap the server. It's like, I see where your priorities are there, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
really suspicious.
Oh, by the way, I know for a fact, I know Gotchi 3, if you ever watch this, I know you've got people on my server screen capping, so yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck.
I don't even need to screen cap. They make shit up if that interaction from, like, Fat Ass is anything to be concerned.
I mean, where Fat Ass said was trying to gaslight you about you being trans. I still don't know what he was trying to accomplish with that. That actually pissed me off. But
I think he's trying to. He thinks that like you'd be more bothered about it if it were true. It's like, I mean.
Okay, but he's trying to gaslight you about the fact you're trying to say you're trans. It's like that makes no fucking sense. Like, how is he going to convince? Why is he trying to convince?
Okay, guys, don't run down the steps. Just reload and fight from here.
Okay.
As many a solo run on this level, trust me.
I'm 35.
Well, I
I'd
kinda
like
wanna
to think
be
that I've
down
got a
there.
strong strength of will.
No, you
so
don't.
like, I
That's
won't say I'm
ammo.
immune to the idea of gaslighting, but like, certainly not from a know-nothing twat waffle like him.
See, we could just fall back and reload it by section. So.
Yep. Well, we were basically sitting on a fountain of infinite ammo, so yeah, like why wouldn't we?
Right, exactly. And when I run this with the bots, there's almost always a massive enemy wave pops up on this spot. So I just stand here and let them do their thing.
I think that's all of them. Oh no, there's more coming.
Oh, and I'm gonna say there's probably a few stragglers. To the right, coming on the steps.
It's actively hilarious to me that's like, okay, so I'm supposed to be on HRT because my voice sounds like this. When in actual fact, that's about as like, that's my resting, not doing anything with it voice. If you want to hear me like speak in other registers, it's me talking in my highest register. Here's me talking in my lowest register.
You still just sound like you.
Yeah, I'm not a voice actor.
I've actually been accused of using a voice changer, and I'm like, really? No.
Obtaining armaments.
All right.
Why do you sound like that?
Oh.
Alcohol, cigarettes, and screaming.
Medical resupply encouraged.
I've got 2, so I don't need that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, enough about them. But I will point out, I do not listen. They violated the NAP. I don't mind talking, going on a short rant about them.
It's
They
just a
violated
shame.
HIPAA.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really kind of a dumb. I don't know. The whole thing was just.
It was so stupid. It was so stupid. And I'm not gonna be held. And basically, yeah, I'm not gonna be held to the standards of a bunch of hypocrites.
Okay.
Like honestly, from what I understand, the thing they were mad about is that it was the Clout Goblin who air quotes owned me for it or for posting that, and then they were just mad that she got a air quotes win, and that's why they were mad.
Left side.
Oh, left side.
Yep. Gas is on.
Listen, I'm just gonna say, y'all motherfuckers need to go back to talking about Warhammer and stop talking about Warhammer drama. I think y'all Legion motherfuckers love the drama more than the setting.
And that's one of the reasons I've kind of dropped out of X. That's all it is. It's no matter what the topic is, it's fucking drama bullshit.
Oh.
You know, it's funny, like, they be starting drama when they could just fucking, I don't know. Like, you were trying to get me to, like, I need to still download it. Downton Abbey. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fucking like, that sounds like a series where it's like, oh, the tea, it's scalding.
It is 2 distinguished old ladies tearing into each other, and not one of them raises their voice or swears.
It's
and you hear some of the most amazing insults.
The most British argument imaginable.
Oh, it is. And I mean, you know, Maggie Smith's one of them, so of course it's going to be some amazing shit right there. And for those in the audience that don't know me, I don't give a flying shit if anybody's laughing that I've watched out Daddy. I damn well do.
Ow! Shit.
I love just occasionally pressing C to block, and I just grab something out of the air.
That's why you should alternate hit with block, like do hit, block, hit, block.
Yeah, I want to gun strike that dude, honey, and his upper body just disappeared. Oh, they're coming in from the left again.
Shut up, Xenos. What was it? Shut up, Xenos, Boltugano.
And it was shut up,
Plasma gun.
heretic. Shut up, heretic. Plasma gun.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you get to go to the gas.
Too late.
The galaxy gas.
Oh no.
Internet gas.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my
Grandpa Nurgle's. Oh, yeah, I just realized Grandpa Nurgle's internet gas. Ugh. There's a smell for you.
Also, I apparently learned that in the Blood Bowl setting for Warhammer Fantasy, the Skaven have Twitter. They call it Skitter.
You are clear.
That is almost funny.
Well, I mean, remember, in Blood Bowl, you've also got the Chaos God of Football.
Dick Buckus.
I forget what his name is, actually. But yeah, those
The question is, do you think the dwarves have tailgate parties at Blood Bowls?
You think they
Or
don't?
the orcs?
You think they don't? And that goes for both, by the way.
Biocides down 90% and full.
You're right.
Swarm annihilation confirmed.
Which Chaos God do you think smells the best? Probably Slanesh. Like, if we're being honest.
Zinch, probably what day of the week?
Well, Zeech changes odors. Now, Zeech's odor would probably be indescribable. Much like Zeech himself.
Extraction complete. Returning to orbit. Commendable One Brothers, you honor your chapter. Be ready for rearm, refit, and redeployment immediately.
It's like that.
All right.
Man, there really is a difference between 4 and 12.
There really is.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, this is on the fourth highest difficulty. Or no, third. Yeah, because I need to farm the purples. Like,
Yeah. No,
Alright.
that's fair.
yeah, I will be right back. So hold up, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, we already know what Nurgle kind of smells like. Corn's gonna smell like leather, ball sweat, and
Corn chips.
I was gonna say gun oil, or like sword oil.
It smells like the in-between of a dog's foot toe beans.
Let's see. I don't know, Zeech. I don't know, probably.
Like, I imagine there's probably a consistent smell of parchment paper. Every other part of it is probably a question.
Yeah, parchment paper, ozone, like lightning.
Yeah.
And then whatever
Incense.
random assortment.
Yeah, some random sort of incense and other shit going on. Slanesh. Thank you. I was gonna try to put it a slightly better way, but yeah, comes. Lots
It smells
of it.
like alder trees.
No, smells like a 16-year-old boy's favorite sock.
It smells
Okay,
like
okay.
Pennsylvania in the spring.
Oh, okay. I get to a 16-year-old boy's. I come back to a 16-year-old boy's favorite sock. What the fuck are you on about?
They were saying
Describing
which,
Slanesh's smell.
which chaos goth smells best. We said Slanesh smells like, come.
Pennsylvania in the spring.
What? Also, hello, hipster in chat.
Remember that time I sent you that Avantis interaction where Gideon got some sort of curse where anything he touches is permanently irrevocably stained. So he just reaches over and puts his hand on Kremi's shoulder and stains Kremi's suit. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And they're describing it, and then it's what it smells like. And they're all smells musty, a bit like Pennsylvania in the spring, and you freaked out about that.
All right, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I've capped Devastator again. I'm not prestiging it for a while. I actually want to enjoy my class before I prestige it. You know what? Actually, you know the fuck what? Sniping's a good job, mate.
I'm just currently bringing up Stern Guard.
Nurgle probably smells the most consistent. Yeah, consistently awful.
Yeah.
It's called aura.
Varying degrees of rot. By the way, what do you think of my Black Templar Sniper look?
Coated.
You can't even see it, honey. And he literally...
I can see the crop top.
He's not... No, he's an actual fucking Mark 10 Tacticus. What do you want about?
Yeah, he is.
Crop top.
That's not a crop top! That's actual armor!
You need to go check the your pauldrons at least. Oh, that's weird.
What?
On your stream, they're correct. On mine, it's a sword and like a white Templar's cross.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. That's actually weird. Because, yeah, it's normal on my screen.
Yeah, but on mine, yeah. It's...
Also, what's funny, that this is apparently a Gravis helm, but, like, it's just a beaky helm with, like, you know, like, doilies on the side. I don't know, I kind of like how it looks.
Beaky Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Trooper.
I didn't want to go with the what do you call it, the fucking the night vision look again, because I'm already doing that on my Death Watch guy. Actually, hold on.
No, Nurgle smells like Lizzo's underwear after a long August day.
It's still funny to me. I actually respect the hell out of her now because she actually put in the work to start losing weight, and she's doing a really good job. You know.
I thought she was taking that Ozempic or whatever.
No, I've seen. No, she posts she posts like workout videos, so she's actually working out.
You follow Lizzo?
No, I've seen it elsewhere. I would not follow Lizzo for any reason.
Okay, pal.
Because listen, I respect her for losing weight. Her music is still garbage.
Never picked you for a Lizzo fan, but okay.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
Oh shit, I
Initiating
need
attack
greens,
protocol
and this
23.
shit doesn't allow me to...
I need more purples and greens.
Oh hey,
allow me to put them down.
Oh hey, M14. Nice to have you here. For
M14.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware, who've just been here, I'm Marshall Boimond. I'm a totally legally distinct space marine who crusades.
With black temples.
Yeah, exactly. One moment while I give. Oh, you already gave her a shout out. Thank you very much. How was your stream and what were you playing? I can only imagine it involved guns, like because you love guns. All right. Also, which you know what? We're gonna fight nerds.
Bo, you will not believe it, but literally, I just changed to the Space Wolf on a lark.
Okay, but hey, quick! Before we go, put on an axe instead of the black sword. It's more appropriate.
No, I wanted a drinking contest. That is the lore.
Okay, fine. You can keep the black sword. Just like fucking
Squad deploy.
mail it back to us or something. Pegasus Atomica, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Crusade.
Oi, I'll have you know I take better care of my prizes than I do my regular war. It's actually in good condition.
You were.
Yeah, but you're still not wearing the wolf. You know, there's a helmet. There's like a regular.
I'm not wearing that helmet.
No, there's a Primaris helmet with a wolf pelt on it.
Wait, there is?
Mm-hmm.
But you were at Vietnam. What was like Rising Storm Vietnam? Oh, yep, there it is. Yeah, Rising Storm Vietnam. Yeah, that's cool. Man, my favorite PTSD simulator these days is it's Ravenfield with Warhammer mods. Just getting murdered by orcs all day. Mad Scottish dude, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Crusade. You love using the M14? Well, of course you'd love using the M14. It's literally you. M14's whole deal is that she's one of the rifle girls from Girls Frontline.
I have no idea what any of that.
An female anthropomorphic personification of the M14 battle rifle.
Okay, I wish I didn't know what those words mean. No offense to you, M14, but I'm old. That sounds odd. But many things sound odd.
That's very anime.
Yeah, because like you know all the animes about the ship girls, it's like that but with guns.
Okay, I was watching a guy I know from Austria play a video game around the anime Ship Girls, and I'm like, does your wife know about this?
Wait, okay. There's two answers, but there's a question. Which, we're missing. I think it's you, Psyche. We're on the box.
He told me about the Primaris.
Oh, okay.
About the wolf.
Wolf Primaris, yes.
But speaking of guns, though, you're gonna be watching me fire a sniper rifle here. That's basically like, what if we took the chain gun on a fucking a Bushmaster chain gun and turned it into?
We all here?
Yep.
There.
Yeah. I'm gonna be using a sniper rifle here. That's basically like, what if we took a Bushmaster chain gun and turned it into a anti-material sniper rifle for infantry? That's basically what a bolt sniper rifle is. Y'all, you're also like Ichion from Upote. Man, listen, I've never actually watched Upote, but I love the bit from that with the L85A1 girl who's just a giant fucking klutz, which is supposed to represent the fact that the L85A1 was falling apart at the seams when the British got it. But yeah, for those who've never been here, my buddies here are from left to right. Asherin, that's my boyfriend. Psyche, who is on his Kasval Dekun arc, and everyone's favorite former tank driver, Cdat.
Well, tank commander, technically.
Well, I mean, you said in all this. Look, I'm not military. I'm going to call you a driver, whether you were commanding, gunning, or whatever. Okay.
All the boys call him C Daddy.
I don't know that.
No, hun, just you do, because he's your type.
Old and grouchy?
Well, I mean, that describes me pretty damn well, so.
No. There's, I tease you, Bo, but there's four positions. There's driver, loader, gunner, and commander.
Yeah.
And I ended up commander, then platoon, and then company. So
I love how we can see your stuff before
the rest of the body comes in.
Yeah.
Entering the
The mechadendrite just like moving about.
Oh no, that's
I love how.
Oh no, those aren't mechadendrites. Those are Oh fuck.
Well, they've talked about that's the next class they're going to implement is the Tech Marine.
Yeah, but no, that's the that's like the primary. That's basically like the Primaris Marine version of the fucking doohickey on the arm of the apothecary.
The Ass Blaster Drill Master.
I mean, yeah, because it is a drill.
Well, Lopside, I did. All four positions there. Then, like I said, section and platoon. Then I stupidly accepted another promotion. I'll never do that again.
I love the fact that I am just a space wolf running around with a black sword because I accidentally forgot to change the skin and was like, why do you have a black sword? I immediately went, I wanted a drinking competition.
That little shit Tyranid jumped out of the way just as I went to knife him.
Did you find the helmet, Psyche?
This is modded,
yes, I did.
Space Marine.
Oh yeah, for those who've never been here, we like to play modded Space Marine. This is modded to have way more customization options. Like way more customization options, new weapons, and the ability to play with 12 people at once. That's why we have
currently there's only 4 of us.
Yeah, or if you play by yourself, you could have up to 7 bots.
Yep. Oh shit! Because we didn't plan to play this today. I don't have the modeling.
Dude, you got a Space Marine symbol on your hip.
Hey, you know what?
Or you got an Ultramarine symbol on your hip, Psyche.
I do.
But you're furiously looking.
I
kind of wish there was a better shield for Space Wolves.
Actually, you know what? Since I'm on your Discord, Bay, if y'all want me to post the link to the mods for people who own Space Marine 2, I'll just go over to your Discord and post it after this. And if I forget, bug me about it, so I remember to do it.
Rumor is they might be coming up with some stuff for console too.
Apparently, you can actually play the game 12-player if the person hosting is on PC and has the 12-player mod. But you can't use the rest of a Astartes overhaul because there's way too much stuff.
But at least they can join the game.
Yeah, they could join. They could join the 12-player mode, which I think that's really cool. I don't understand the fucking space magic bullshit behind it because I don't know how to program.
I don't pretend how to fucking understand.
Oh, we got bugs coming in. Uh-oh.
I still find it funny that they demonstrated the modability of their game by making a mini game where you go fishing with Daddy.
Fishing with Daddy Calgar.
Oh shit! They knocked me down.
Don't worry, Bo. I'm down here with you.
Why am I failing my... yeah, I need that. I had contested health that was that needed to be regained.
Oh.
All right.
What?
Damage boost.
Why are my parries not working right now? What the hell?
You gotta time it well.
Oh, I know. It's just
the higher the level, so maybe your timing's a little off today.
Maybe. Oh! Damn. I just got fucked.
Where are you?
I'm down. I'm up. I'm up. I was like, I'm saying I'm down when I'm up.
I was about to pop the shield just to help you.
I gotta save that.
I mean, not the shield, the banner.
Yeah.
You know, they need to actually make it to where your banner matches the symbol on your arm, so that way it does
somebody's working on that.
now
that they've got all the tools.
Okay, honey.
Yeah, Bo, you take the med pack.
We have a 40K channel because everyone wants me to get into that series. Do not resist the demons. God. Do not corrupt Bay. Do not corrupt Bay. It's too late.
No. Just let me.
Us.
Bay, it's too late. I'm gonna start.
So there was this guy called the Emperor, and
no. Oh. 65 million years ago, some toads refused to give chemo treatment to a bunch of cancer patients.
That's unironically how 40K...
Which, funnily enough, might be us.
Yeah, that's funnily enough, that's exactly how 40K lore begins, with no context. It's, so a bunch of aliens with turbo cancer were denied chemo by psychic space frogs. That's how the whole setting begins.
Oh, by the way, let's not forget, we might be the Necrons.
What? We're...
But remember, they might have found alien life in the sun, apparently.
Oh right, yeah, because there was that, the apparent theory of that there's like plasma life forms living in the in our sun. It's like, this is literally just how the Necron lore begins.
Where they found, no.
Where they found that. Oh fuck it, I'm sniping. All right, I can stealth. I forgot about that. Can you tell I never play sniper?
Yes.
That is the only class I have. He's still at level 3. Everybody else is maxed out.
Well, the fact I
never do well with it.
Well, the fact I don't have to walk around in
nerd.
The fact I don't have to walk around in Phobos armor anymore is compelling for me to level these classes finally. I don't hate Phobos armor. I'm just not the biggest fan.
He doesn't want to be slut coded.
Except that he is, though.
Shut the fuck up.
Doesn't need to be coded for what he is deep inside.
Come here, nerd.
Yeah, Bay, I don't know whether the kind of hobbies you have, but at least if you get into 40K, you won't have money for any bad
She likes guns. She's always
talk about two ridiculous ass hobbies.
Yeah, she's always showing off her guns on Twitter. Cool guns, by the way.
Listen.
No, this game is
just wait till she learns about the nuns with guns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Bay. How's this for a gun idea? Okay, a 19.05 millimeter battle rifle that fires 2-stage rocket-propelled, high-explosive, armor-piercing ammunition.
That senses when it enters a target.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it fires 20 millimeter Rolfus rounds.
Yeah, that's the standard issue gun for the Space Marines. It's called
Armor boost.
Oh.
2 of them.
Man, I love the fact that I changed to a Space Wolf without knowing what we were about to do.
Oh, I mean, dive balls first, balls deep into the fucking Thousand Suns, your mortal enemy.
Well,
yes.
Bay, I'll tell you this much. Let's just say, if you do get in the hobby, if you're interested in the lore, we all know a guy.
Yeah, if you want to read 40K books, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
So you're safe on that one. But
yep.
We've
also
I don't know. But for everything else, there's our Bay audiobook.
Yep. And if I mean, not to speak up for Bo, but I guess if you got this game and it ran on your computer.
Oh yeah,
well,
we can add.
We're always looking for extra people.
Oh, don't forget Darktide. Darktide. Listen, Darktide.
Oh, Dorktide. Yes.
Darktide is literally just Warhammer 40k gun porn, and it's also an awesome game.
Yeah, you can actually hold a button to analyze the gun in your hand.
Yeah. Oh, that's a grenade. Oh,
Psyche runs over to it. Grenade.
No, I'm the son of Russ. Ball?
Oh God.
oh Jesus.
Listen, I am playing a Space Wolf. I will lean into the memes as much as I can.
Yeah, if we're talking guns, my primary weapon's a bolt sniper rifle, which, like I said, it's like someone said, let's take a Bushmaster chain gun and turn it into a sniper.
Yeah, and if you see this beam right here, that superheats the target extremely quickly.
And this gun is this gun I'm currently using. This is a bolt. This is a assault bolter, which is basically it's like a bolt Uzi.
And I basically got a gun that fires the sun.
Yeah, it's a melt-a-gun. It's best described as an anti-tank shotgun. For context, if you don't know Space Marines, we're also like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, we are much taller than your average person. Nerd.
Yeah, and we're fighting evil Space Marines. They're the Thousand Sons. They're just dust in the wind.
Literally.
Basically, semi-sapient? They're basically just like magic puppets with a soul.
Yeah, think Alphonse Elric, but evil and doesn't talk, and their armor's full of sand. If you know your what's it called? Full Metal Alchemist.
But I would say that would be the best bet is read some books. In all seriousness, man, read some books, and if you want to join us in Space Marine 2 group play with up to 11 other retards, and then you'll know if you kind of like the setting.
Yeah, seriously though, I think it's kind of becoming a thing now where we just do the 40k group on Sundays, like the Space Marine group.
And yeah, again, as far as the books, just you know Bo, and I'm sure between Bo, Ash, and I, we can hook you up.
Yeah, more than hook you up. Oh, gee. Okay, is there somebody? Are these? There's traitors on in our flank. Ow! Stop it! Nope, I disappeared.
Stupid little Zangor.
But yeah, these dudes
pick up some armor over here.
Yeah, these dudes I'm knifing are normal-sized humans. Space Marines are so augmented to shit that they're like 8 feet tall.
2 armor boosts.
All right, I'll take one.
Yeah, squishies get first pick.
Sounds like you have something fun going on over here. It's good to have a weekly community stream. Yeah, that's kind of what we do. Like I mostly do like random stuff in the middle of the week. Well, right now I'm doing a Dark Souls remastered seamless co-op playthrough with some friends on a Saturday, and then on Sunday.
That's a shit show.
And oh yeah, absolutely.
I still love the fact that I'm so heavy, and as I'm running, I can actually turn the normal humans to pulp as I hit them.
Oh. And then Sundays, when the 12-player mod came out for Space Marine, we're like, fuck it, that's what we're doing Sundays now. We're purging the unclean as a party.
As a treat.
All right, you can purge a few heretics as a treat. One moment,
I am a phantom of death.
Oh, I got this guy.
No obvious source of the jamming. I sense a stirring from below.
Well, yeah, hipster, that would be the worst thing. I mean,
Insurgency
we can
Sandstorm.
even try some of your maps.
I've never actually. I played the original Insurgency, but not Sandstorm. I never got Sandstorm. It looks fun though. I just generally, from what I just.
We saved one Cadian.
Hey, you know what? Cadian, Mr. Cadian, I salute you.
Wait, where is he?
Oh,
He's
little bugger. I salute you.
But yeah, this is a normal human compared to a space marine here.
Protect the Cadian!
We are big.
That's saying Sangor got his ass.
I would say you said. Let me guess. You said
Dang
that
it.
he died instantly, didn't he?
He literally jumped right for the Cadian, man, and just blotted him off the face of the planet. I think of the pistols we're using, the Beam Volkite. It's basically like if you put a frog in a microwave.
Basically it's.
Warhammer is set in the year 40k, 10k years after
I don't like that over there gun.
Okay, so the Horus Heresy happened when half of the Primarchs betrayed
I love
humanity.
how we just barely pointed at regular
see, the
traitor
Primarchs
guardsmen,
were
they
basically
immediately pop.
superhuman demigods created in a
like the
lab by
noise
the
they
EMP. Okay, listen. So the Emperor was...
Honestly,
Vengeful's literally like, it's like that meme of the wall of text when the guy's trying to explain 40.
yeah, leaning into the girl. It's just vengeful right now.
No. You know that meme of like someone in Discord asking, hey, "What's 40k?" and immediately there is the person is typing.
You mean like the one for fucking
3 hours later.
the one for fucking
Yes.
Ace Combat lore.
Oh yeah, no, Ace
just-
Combat lore.
it
Ace
just-
Combat
just
lore.
fucking-
It unironically begins the dawn of the universe.
Just fucking megaliths from Ace Combat starts. Yeah, no, that's it. I will say this much: when it comes to getting into 40k, people make it deceptively difficult because they'll give you literally the worst advice for getting into it, like where to start. You know what?
This thing over here, this is a giant demon lord. It's just like the ghost of it.
Yeah,
Who's trying to possess a body to enter our realm.
yeah. So
We
called
decided
Demon
this is
House.
cringe.
remember, demons are cringe.
Remember, Demon Host can basically take out an army, but the 4 crackheads from fucking Darktide take them out all the fucking time. Just
Listen,
at random.
They are proof that the Emperor does in fact give his blessings to people.
Look. The Seer Psyker is literally the Emperor's boyfriend. Yo, it's obvious where that blessing is coming from. We've got the DM's girlfriend approval.
Oh god, that's a hell of a way to put it.
Oh, dang it, of course I managed to take the wrong way. I'm like Russ, the Lost in the Warp.
But that Slanesh, though, man, that reminds me of the time Slanesh corrupted an incorruptible space marine by turning into a femboy. Actual lore.
Poor 14 would be trying to play the game, and we just been like, and that thing over there.
We're doing. You see that? What do you want about? We're doing that right now, and she's not even with us.
But it would be 10 times worse.
By the way, the little birds with horns that we're killing, they are the filler for every Thousand Suns box. They only exist to steal your money.
Yep. No, seriously, it's the funniest fucking thing. Every time Games Workshop releases a collection box of Thousand Suns, they throw in a bajillion Zangors for some reason.
Even the current box
Zangor.
still has far more Zangors than there really should be.
Yeah, no, even the new Combat Patrol, it's got 4 fucking Zangors in it.
Psyche, was that you that made that has the theory that they bought way too many of them? And they're still trying to get
No, that was
rid
someone
of
else.
I think
They're still trying to get rid of the fucking things.
Yeah, no, it's
They're
yes.
the purple hearts of Zeech players.
I was thinking the same thing, Ash.
Yeah, no, it's like you know how they printed like a bajillion purple hearts for Operation Downfall, not Operation Downfall, Operation Overlord. It's the same with fucking Zangors on tabletop. They just made so many fucking Zangors they have to give them away.
Hey, I've got one of those old school purple hearts. It literally, the box that was wrapped around it, the display case, had rotted away. It had been in storage so long.
Oh no, I do not have the armor to be tanking that.
I do.
You learned to speak French over there, bud?
No,
And just like that, he is banished back to the warp.
Bye, bitch. I said, bye, bitch.
You know, I still find it interesting that this is probably the Lord of Change that, you know, I'm not going to say anything because I would spoil stuff
it might
people
spoil
in the
the
chat.
if you're into the campaign.
Yeah, because we got people who haven't played the game in chat.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped myself. I was like,
Good
yeah,
man.
No.
Good man, Psyche. Good man.
Especially considering we're probably going to convince a certain someone in chat to start getting into 40k.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you know
Hipster,
what?
no, the pimp hands got another mission, man.
All right, you know what? We don't really have enough time to get another mission in before I would normally stop. So, all right, you know what? We're gonna raid onto Ryota. So,
All right.
One sec. Let me set the raid up. I have to alt tab out of the game. Raid Ryona. All right, thank y'all for coming. Thank you for everyone who raided. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I will probably figure it out then. Yeah, I'll figure it out then. I'll put an announcement up on Twitter. So yeah, hope y'all have a good evening. Again, thank you for the raid. Take care, everyone. And
thanks
later.
for showing up, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks,
Bye.
all.
Later, all.
Yeah.
Bye, all.
See y'all. Have a nice day.